is the Big O Show. This 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 is the Big O Show.
There's just one place to celebrate a happy new model year. Acura of Pembroke Pines. Drive away in a new ZDX. Only $459 a month at Acura of Pembroke Pines, the #1 volume Acura dealer.
When presenting an award to an employee, athlete, executive, or fantasy GM, make sure you call Orvieto's Awards and More. For 35 years, these custom award specialists have been providing plaques, trophies, custom framing, while providing state-of-the-art laser and computerized engraving, UV printing, and glass crystal etching. They do all their engraving and printing in-house for quality control. Call Charles at 305-949-8098 or visit them at orvietosawards.com. Orvieto's Awards and More, where recognition is rewarding.
When it comes to your smile, confidence is so important. At Moodius Dental, they provide the services to get your smile back. This family-run practice prides itself by offering the latest technology to give your family the best experience possible. Moodius Dental has been in business for over 30 years with offices in Hialeah and Plantation. They accept most major dental insurances. They provide free new patient exams, 20% off select treatments. To qualify, please follow us on Instagram at moodius.dental. Moodius Dental has been in business for over 30 years. To schedule an appointment in Hialeah, call 305-821-0231 and Plantation 954-692-6825. From Invisaligns, dental implants, same-day crowns, and the preventative care and preservation to get your smile back. Go to Moody.
There's just one place to celebrate a happy new model year. Acura of Pembroke Pines. Take $10,000 off a 2025 MDX at Acura of Pembroke Pines, the #1 volume Acura dealer.
For over 16 years, EJDconstruction.com has provided South Florida residents quality craftsmanship, accurate project management, and exceptional service. That's why EJDconstruction.com is an A-rated member of Angie's List and the Better Business Bureau. When you're looking for the right custom home builder for additions or home remodeling, please call my friend Eric at 305-433-4843. That's 305-433-4843 for EJDconstruction.com.
It starts every morning before the sun comes up. Projects are laid out. Plans are made. Equipment is fueled and loaded with inventory to handle all service requests. Orders are given to an army of skilled landscape maintenance professionals, certified arbor trimmers, irrigation technicians, and licensed pest management experts who fan out to communities and businesses all over South Florida. Experienced, on time, and dependable. Our staff is fully trained, licensed, and insured. Contact us by phone, email, social media, or through our website to answer all your landscape questions. We are Cutter's Edge. Total Landscape Solutions.
The A Sultan's choice for excitement and a caravan of savings awaits at Toyota of Hollywood. Your wish for savings has been granted with discounts of up to $4,500. Take a magic carpet ride in a Toyota Corolla, not $24,000, $19,988. Step into our Grand Bazaar where you'll find epic savings at the #1 volume Toyota dealer, Toyota of Hollywood, on 441 between Hollywood Boulevard and Sheridan Street. Open till midnight.
After 40 years, the Big Cheese Miami is still producing great Italian food. They started in 1984. Since then, they've been winning awards while being voted the best inexpensive Italian restaurant in Miami. Visit them for great food, amazing service. Witness the decades of Cane's memories. The walls are like a Miami Hurricanes Hall of Fame. The Big Cheese delivers anything on its menu or party platter menu to your home, office, or even a park for a picnic. Located at 8080 Southwest 67th Avenue, Miami. Call 305-662-6855. TheBigCheeseMiami.com, where they serve large portions at family prices.
Oh, Sam, not again.
Initiating Daddy's back.
Go!
Set the rhythm of your smart home with Sloman Shield Blink, the new integrated smart home platform that automates your life just the way you want it. Sloman Shield Blink. Be the maestro of your own home.
Price, service, selection. Get all this and more at South Florida's #1 loved Subaru store, Subaru of Pembroke Pines. Save today with our 3 ways to save. 0% financing, 0 down payment, or make no payments for 90 days from Subaru of Pembroke Pines.
Welcome to Caneswear. New store, new items, same great experience. Family owned and operated since 2010, Caneswear has the latest merchandise from the Miami Hurricanes, Miami Dolphins, Florida Panthers, Inter Miami CF, and more. Come visit us at our store in Davie on University Drive, just south of 595, or online at caneswear.com. Caneswear, the spot Miami fans shop.
If you're looking to take your home or business to the next level, then RM Contractors can assist you. RM specializes in new residential turnkey, new commercial turnkey, home and office remodeling. Call them for free estimates. Serving all of South Florida, licensed and insured. Call Ray, 305-345-3649. You work hard to create the perfect atmosphere. You dream it, we'll build it. RM Contractors, 305-345-3649. Or Instagram at RMC Fisher Island.
Hi, this is Jeff Welt from Welton Rayom. Dan and I have been in business together for over 22 years. We're not your typical lawyers. When Dan's not working in the office, he's flying his stunt plane. When I'm not in the office, I'm either getting tattooed, bowling, riding a motorcycle, or going to concerts. We might not be your typical attorneys, but we are aggressive attorneys, and we'll do whatever it takes to get you what you deserve. Consultations are always free. Call us anytime, 24/7.
Welton Rayom can help.
There's just one place to celebrate a happy new model year. Acura of Pembroke Pines. Drive away in a new Integra. Only $299 a month at Acura of Pembroke Pines, the #1 volume Acura dealer.
The viewpoint, statements, or beliefs expressed on the following program by the host, guests, or callers are not necessarily the opinions of FantasyXS.com, Media Group Inc. ownership, management, sponsors, or website.
It's the place to go for South Florida sports commentary.
Welcome aboard. Time to rock and roll here at Hialeah Park. It's a beautiful Monday, November 25th, 2025. Day number 18,940 since our Dolphins were world champions. Day number 8,724 since the Canes were national champions. And the Bitcoin countdown on hold right now until we cross back over the 100,000 area. Welcome aboard here at Hialeah Park. It's where we're at every Tuesday. Ira Winderman will be joining us. We'll have a little fun. Got some stuff to talk about. Man, it was awesome last night. Had a great time. I didn't watch the NFL game. I don't really give a shit about the NFL game, to be quite honest. And I saw it wasn't really anything worthy. I watched the highlights, a ton of interceptions. So it wasn't a game that I actually watched the Panthers, and I obviously watched the Heat and the Panthers, had them going on, and then caught up a little bit with Matlock and caught up with Watson. Two of the shows that I watch with the wife. I don't know if anybody watches any of those. You do? You watch Matlock or Watson?
The wife watches Watson, and it's usually on when I walk into the room.
It's good.
She's watching. It's a good show.
It's good.
Show. I like it.
It's good. I like him. A good character. I like it. I like that show. Watson. It's a good one. Definitely. So, got to watch a couple shows with the wife, do some stuff. She watches sports with me, you know what I mean? So it's that I think that's why we've lasted almost 40 years. You know, there's got to be a back and forth. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, it's almost 40, bro. We're about we were 6.5 years together, and this is going to be our 33rd anniversary. So we're almost approaching 40, man. 40 years together, which is absolutely insane. And the insanity is, it's not that it's almost 40 years. It's like, where did the 40 years go? That's the part that you wonder, oh shit, I'm 59. Dude, I remember being 16 years old and cruising 49th Street and having some fun at Hialeah and, going to, I don't know, the beach and clubs and what happened to the time? What are you going to say?
I was going to say, I thought I was going to say your wife was godsend because she put up with you for almost 40 years.
Oh, no, she is a godsend for putting up with me for 40 years. There's no doubt about that. I mean, that's a proven thing. But I'm just wondering, where did the 40 years go, bro? Like that. Like my daughter's, quarter century already around. You're like, what the hell is going on here, dude? It was 1999 the other day when she was born, Just time will fly, and it is a saying, but it is very, very true, man. Very true. What you got?
No, I'm saying mine's going to be 30 this year.
Together.
Back, 96, she'll be 30.
Right.
Oh, 26, she'll be 30. Sorry.
Right.
96
Yeah.
years born.
Yeah. Look at that. Time flies, dude. Time flies, man. It is insanity. Anyway, last night was just a lot of fun. The Panthers, they were playing the Predators, who are a really bad team. So they took care of business. They bitch slapped them 8-3 on that one. So that wasn't really much of a game overall. It was good. AJ Greer had 2 goals and assists. The Heat game was, the fun one to watch. They didn't play well. They actually were kind of discombobulated. There wasn't a lot of chemistry going on. They couldn't hit the side of a barn. They missed their first 10 or 11 3-point shots or something like that. Something stupid. I don't know what it was, but it was just a ridiculous number how they kept missing threes and all that. But they fought. I loved the game last night because you've got to win the ugly games too. That's part of being a good team. You didn't play well. You're missing one of your top scorers, which, by the way Tyler played last night, the back and forth with him and Powell, that's going to be tough for defenses to have to deal with that shit. I got to tell you. And Khalil Ware played like a star last night. He played like a star.
This is amazing how he's turned like a switch on or something. I don't know, because this one didn't look like what he.
Well, energy, right?
Maybe
energy.
It's
not. It's not.
He's figured out the energy part of it.
You don't lack the athleticism.
No, not at all.
You don't lack the ability, right?
Yep.
So you don't lack the length. You can do it all. You know what I'm saying? And so there you go. And then so now the confidence is growing. And Bam wasn't as sharp yesterday. So you needed him to be as good as he was yesterday offensively, not just with the rebounds, which was like, how many did he have yesterday? He had 18 rebounds, 6 of them on the offensive side of the ball, by the way. Make sure you mention that. And the 3 blocks. And he was 3 of 5 from three-point range, which, I love how he was concentrating and just terrorizing in the paint. I know he can shoot the 3. It's not what I really want him to focus in on, but he can extend the defenses. And when he's got it going, do it, bro. Go for it. Go for it, because he has the ability. He can do it. It's a lot of fun to watch, man. The Heat are 12-6. They're the number 3 seed in the Eastern Conference. Do we have a lot of questions to answer still? Of course. It's only 18 games into the season. We've got to, find out half a year in. We'll start getting a better feel for this team. We'll see how they respond when they play against teams that have multiple stars on the other side and that kind of a challenge and those kind of things. This will all play out. But obviously, they are playing a system that fits perfect with their talent. And, one of the things I'm going to talk to Ira about, I even asked Grok this. And this was 2 days ago, like how many teams in the NBA have 8 players averaging double figures? How many teams have 8 players or more averaging double figures? Grok said no one. Well, the Heat have 8. And Tyler yesterday made it 9 because he started off with 24 points, right? Or was it 24, 20? Was it 24 points? I think it was, right? Yeah. So he's already in double figures to start off the season. So that's 9 players. It's only one game play, but I mean, Tyler will score in double figures anyway. And that's one of the reasons why they're able to play in the waves that they're playing, because they have waves of players that are being very effective. And, I know they've had a couple of nicks and knacks, but this is a style that they have to play. What were you saying? Yes? Yeah, 24, right. And so this is a style that fits exactly what they can do. You know what I mean? And the depth that they have also has allowed them to kind of fight through all of this as they figured everything out. Now they're playing, lights out. I think somebody put it, I thought it was funny as hell. They're like 10-2 or something since Rozier got arrested or something. I saw that. Did you see that stat? No, I don't think it was like the first game. Let me see. I saw that and I found it hilarious that they would put that. Let me see where it's at here.
The other thing that's interesting is the efficiency that Tyler Hero played with last night.
Yes.
12 of 18. So
well, he didn't force the threes.
Yeah, no, exactly. He was playing within.
Played inside the paint. Yeah. He attacked the paint, and he found a groove because he started like he missed his first 3, 4, or 5 shots or something, and then he got on a roll. The Heat are 12-5 since the arrest of Terry Rozier. Which is kind of a funny stat that they're 12-5 since the arrest of Terry Rozier. So it's 12-6, but it is what you said. It's like almost the whole season, but it's just one game.
Because I remember it was like they played the first game, and then everything broke down to where they walked them out of the hotel. Because I remember Ira mentioning that like it was such a show because they Perp walked them out of the hotel that night. Oh, I'm there. Oh.
Yep, that's crazy. All right. Anyway, did I hit it? My bad. I guess I must have hit it with my foot. My bad. Anyway, so really great night last night. A lot of fun to watch the Miami Heat beat the Mavs. Mavs play very good defense. They're long, dude. They're a long bunch, bro. So and I know they were missing a bunch of people and all that kind of stuff, but to me, that part doesn't matter. I don't really look at that like a big thing because it's 82 games. You can be beaten by anybody. And last night, Miami could have lost that game too. But the good thing is they controlled that game all throughout. It just got tight towards the end, and then Miami had to then reestablish and win. And Tyler, by the way, got the winning shot. So it was just it wasn't a perfect game. Look, Davion Mitchell is taking care of the ball. I know it says only one turnover, but if you look at the last 3 minutes, he mishandled the ball several times, and it was like, yo, take it easy, relax. And he has not been like that the whole season, So this was a game where, and by the way, I know that Dallas's defense is pretty good. Miami missed a lot of open shots and bunnies and stuff like that early on in the game. I'm not attributing the Dallas defense to why Miami also, dude, that was their third game in 4 nights. And that was a back-to-back and all that. So, a team that, was probably a little tired. Overall, it was probably just nice to have Tyler in there. But it's going to be really fun to see the back and forth between Tyler and Powell. Because, Davion Mitchell is going to have a field day setting these guys up. It's just going to be awesome. And Tyler gets to run around. He doesn't have to really handle the ball now because there are other people that can actually do it and facilitate and create for him. So then he can just finish just like Powell does, and so do some of the other guys. A lot of fun yesterday, man, to watch the Miami Heat win. So Wednesday they'll take on Milwaukee at 7:30. Panthers win 8-3. Tarasov had 39 saves yesterday. So you get your did you get your chicken nuggets? You can only do it today, right? Oh, you have 3 days. Oh, I didn't know you had 3 days. I thought you had to do it the next day. Okay. So okay. All right. Well, definitely today. I know that. But you get your free Chick-fil-A. AJ Greer, 2 goals and assists. Reinhardt and Verhaeghe had a goal and 2 assists in the game. They will take on Philadelphia on Wednesday. They're at Amerant Bank Arena. So good stuff, man. It really, our football teams, the Canes have had a decent season, not a terrible season. The Dolphins have had a terrible season, and, it's not going to end well. So that's bad. And football on the college side, we're not getting what we really wanted because we wanted a team that would be in the ACC championship game in the playoffs, and it just doesn't look like that's going to happen. So it's really nice to have, the hockey team and the basketball team, and we expect the hockey team to get better as the year goes on. I'm not the one. I'm one of those guys. I'm not even concerned. I'm actually appreciating this hockey season even more because this team is not far off from where they need to be anyways, in the playoff mix. And they're missing so many guys. Once they get those wave of guys back, even without Barkov, I think they're going to be an awesome team. I think they're going to be one of the better teams in the league. And I just have a gut feeling that Barkov is going to come back in the playoffs. I just do. Sometime in the playoffs, he's going to come back and give them some kind of a little bit of a presence and a little bit of a jolt, and then a lift too for the team. So for me, I am really comfortable in the Panther season right now. I'm actually appreciating how they're overcoming all this adversity. I really love it, to be honest with you. And then the basketball team. Look, I told you guys at the beginning of the year, I looked at this team as the best, a play-in team. And if they're there, then they've had a good season. Well, look where they're at now. Hell of a lot better than I ever thought they would be. Now, are they this? We don't know that yet. We'll as time goes on, we'll find out. That'll be the exciting part about this season. Will there be a wall that these guys hit? Will people figure them out? All that kind of stuff. We're in a, like I told you, how about the games that they're going to start playing against some teams that may have 2 or 3 stars on them? How do they respond? Because once you get to the playoffs, then you're going to start playing the elite of the elite. And then now we're going to measure where you're at and that kind of stuff, because it's a very interesting experiment. You don't really have a superstar on this team at all. You have 2 guys that could be all-stars. That's about it, but not really superstars, not franchise players. and you're trying to, let's say, change the system in a way. You tried to do it. It's funny. You watch Moneyball, the movie, when Brad Pitt goes to Seth, whatever his Seth is it not Rogan, Seth. Is it Seth? Something, whatever. Anyways, the fat kid. He's not fat anymore, by the way. He's lost a lot of weight. But anyways, his partner, and he says, if we do this, we change the game, right? And so a few years back, Eric Spoelstra for half a season changed the game with a bunch of scrubs, going 31-10, and almost snuck into the playoffs with a team that had no business being in the playoffs. So now you've got another team, you think about it, they got to the finals twice with a team with one star in Jimmy. Okay? That's not easy to do. Okay? Larry Brown did it with Allen Iverson. But it's hard to get there with one star. Your team has to be good. Your coach has to be elite. Spo, Larry Brown, the rest is, I don't need to explain anymore. For those of you young people that don't know who Larry Brown is, do your homework. Anyway, so look at it now. You're kind of doing the same shit again. You're kind of shaking the system here, okay? So if you're able to do this and you're playing this style and people can't keep up with you, and if it becomes effective through 82 games in a playoff, you'll change the game. And there's a part of me that says Spo saw what OKC did last year. Yeah, they have their stars, but dude, they are loaded. They have a bench. They have a whole bunch of guys coming off the bench that helped them out. They had waves. They were deep. And in a way, I think that's what his vision was, to create a team that has depth. And this is, by the way, is he staying with like the tight 6-7 guys or something? No, dude. He'll go to 8, 9 guys, 10 guys he'll play. It's expanded. It's changed things. You know what I'm saying? And so this is a very interesting experiment that the Heat are doing. And it's the only way they know how, because they're not willing to go to do the hard stuff to really sell it out and then turn it over the roster like I wanted them to do. But, hey, man, let's see what happens out of this. We'll find out. I know this. I could not have been more wrong watching what I'm seeing right now. I did not expect this team to play this well. It's pretty good shit, man. It's pretty good shit. By the way, Acura Pembroke Pines, a proud sponsor of our program. We love talking about Larry Schlossberg and all the great people out there at 15601 Pines Boulevard, just off of I-75 in Pines. Tell them that Big O sent you. If you're looking for an Acura vehicle right there, you can go on down there to 15601 Pines Boulevard, and the lot is always overflowing. That's one of the things that, at least for me as a consumer, I'd like to go there and say, okay, well, then let me see all the TSXs you have. You don't want to go to a dealership that has like 2 or 3 of them. No, you want to go to a dealership that has like 30 of them. You know what I mean? And that's what it is. The RDX, the MDX, you want a large selection. That way you can pick the car you want, the model you want, the style you want, and then you get the price you want. And right now, they're open on their Black Friday sale, which, by the way, we will be broadcasting from there on Black Friday in the morning. And they are open on Thanksgiving Day from 9 a.m. to 4 p.m. So if you are off and enjoying, and while they're cooking, you can go get yourself a new car. Well, the Integra right now, this is a joke, okay? I'm being serious, but this should be a joke. The Integra is 2025 model. Listen to this, Sean. $169 a month. The Integra. 3.9% financing for 60 months. Acuras are built here in the United States, folks. So you're not paying any extra. The ADX 2025 model, $239 a month. 4.9% financing for 60 months. It is the season of performance. Sales event going on. They want to sell cars. And these prices tell you exactly what they want to do. The RDX, my wife drives it every day, $359 a month. My wife, she's going into her 16th year owning that car. Okay? 16th year owning that car. That's insane. She's about to complete her 15th year now. And it's still going strong. So get a new one. It'll last you for a while. 2025 model RDX, 4.9% financing for 60 months. The TLX, $339 a month, 4.9% financing for 60 months. They've got a load of certified pre-owned vehicles also. You can go check them out. Please tell them that Big O sent you, and they will take care of you. I promise you. At Craig's Inns, Acura of Pembroke Pines. Jonah Hill, thank you. Thank you. Thank you there, Juan Mendoza, for that one. I appreciate you. Don't forget, folks, to smash the hell out of the like button. Appreciate that as always. Need that. And you can also make a donation to the show. Cash App or Venmo at Cash Big O Show. That is Cash Big O Show. Cash App or Venmo. And you can send in your questions, comments. You can send in your insults. All kinds of good stuff, man. There's nothing wrong with that. Ocala Joe. Thank you for the love, my brother, there on Cash App. I appreciate you. He says, afternoon, Pac-Man. Keep grabbing that Bitcoin. Oh, amen, my brother. Amen. Always grab that Bitcoin. It's an opportunity right now. It's an opportunity. And you know what? Since you brought it up, and R&M Contractors, Ray and Mike do great work here in Dade and Broward County, homes and condos. If you need a complete remodel, kitchen upgrades, waterproofing your terrace, your balcony, flood test report, not everybody does that. And not everybody does it the right way. Ray and Mike, too. So call them, 305-345-3649 for your condo, for your second floor of your home, all of those things. Flood test reports are very important. You have a flood somewhere in your house, you want it to be able to be contained, and then you're able to drain it out. You don't want it going over into your neighbor or into your first floor, those kind of things. Call Ray and Mike, man. They know how to do it and do it right for you and save you money. Because when you can control that flood and drain it, then you can also save yourself a lot of money in remodeling. So make sure you call Ray and Mike at R&M Contractors. Now, since you brought up the Bitcoin, and we've got the dip right now, and we are looking we are at around 86, 87, I want to say. Let me look where we're at right now. 86.3. Okay. Texas, did you see what they did today? Today, Texas became the first state in the United States of America to purchase $10 million in Bitcoin. They really bought the dip. They literally purchased today $10 million for their Bitcoin reserve. You think that's not going to really start like some other states, like our state and other? Again, I don't care about either side of the politics, but I will call what I call. Other Republican states are not going to start getting a little motivated to do this. Yeah, it's going to end up happening. Okay. Congressman Davidson has come up with a bill where we'll see if it passes. But in order to fund the United States Bitcoin Reserve, you know what they would ask? For you to pay your taxes in Bitcoin. So that way, when you send your taxes into the government, you're sending them Bitcoin. I love this. One, it allows them to build the reserve. They're going to collect the money anyways. Two, it's educational, Sean. It forces people to learn how to buy and use Bitcoin, which is actually, I know that, when it comes to your taxes, your accountant, you'll probably give him the check and he'll pay, and he might end up doing it for you. But some people do their taxes on their own. Some people do pay, and those people are going to get an education because they're going to learn how to purchase and send Bitcoin. So it's very interesting. Unemployment rate. It is continuing to climb, and it's only going to get worse, no matter what the orangutan tells you about how much money is coming in and jobs creation and all that. Not creating any jobs. We're losing jobs. By the way, kids under 25, unemployment's at an all-time high of 10%. Young people are graduating, and they have nowhere to go. They don't have jobs to go to with their degrees. Okay? This is what's going on. And so rate cuts are coming, not only in December, but the orangutan has now said that Hassett is going to become that's the rumor, it will become the Fed chair. And so he'll announce it sometime around Christmas. That's what Bessent said this morning, that that Trump is probably going to announce who will be the new Fed chair sometime in Christmas, and this guy is as big a tool as it gets, and he is a perfect puppet for Trump. So he's going to cut rates. That means Bitcoin and other risk assets are going to fly. Okay. Now, what we were expecting to end up being Q4 for us and being a boost, don't think it's going to happen. What's going to happen is we're going to get a boost now in December, because on December 1st, the feds will start quantitative easing, which means they will now start pumping liquidity into the market, into the economy. And then that's when things will start to flow a lot better. Okay, they've got to battle what's going on because unemployment is going to get completely out of control. There's a lot of people losing their jobs. You know them. I'm sure you know somebody somewhere, unfortunately. So Q1 and Q2, December and Q1 to Q2 are going to be the bullish run that I'm expecting us to have, because the Fed chair will be out by May. So that'll be the end, towards the end of Q2. By then, rates are going to be going down. Inflation will probably rise, but they are going to flood the economy with money. And then things will look a little better when they're really not. But for risk assets, that will be your moment where you're going to get your monster pump and the moment that you need to get out. Because the second half of 2026 and into 2027 is not going to be good. It's going to make what's going on now look like kindergarten. Okay? So I'm just telling you that back half of 26 into 27, middle class and the poor are going to take an absolute beating. So those of you that invest, be ready to get out at some point in the first half of the year. Can't tell you when, because none of us know when is a good time for you or me or anybody else, because we all live different lives and different demands and different deficits on top of all of that. But good luck to all of you out there, because it will not be easy. So hang in there, investors. Stay strong, stay smart. And when it comes to Bitcoin, oh man, keep stacking. Keep stacking. And none of this is financial advice. Never has been, never will be. It's just my thoughts. That's all, which mean nothing whatsoever. And we thank the folks at R&M Contractors. All right. 305-345-3649. All right. He's ready to go. The one and only. All right. Let's talk a little. No. Oh, Ira's not ready? Oh, I thought you said. Yay. Now he's. Oh, he was waving. Okay. All right. He's waving. He's giving thumbs up. Okay. Whatever. I don't know. When I'm in studio, I can literally see him. But see, right now, when I'm on the road, only he can see what is on deck. So I have no idea. So the one and only Ira Winderman with our Acura of Pembroke Pines, Miami Heat, and NBA report is now.
Heat fans, time for the best insight of your favorite team with insider Ira Winderman, exclusively on the Big O Radio Show. It's the Acura of Pembroke Pines, Miami Heat, and NBA report. Here's Ira Winderman.
Hello, Ira. Last night was a game that I loved because you got to win ugly.
In the mud. In the mud.
The game where you go 140 and you blow somebody out by 15, 20 points. Everything went well. The offense was flowing.
It's easy then,
Yeah, I loved it last night. They're missing a bunch of guys. You're missing one of your key guys. You got a new guy coming back that's one of your studs. You got to worry about chemistry, this, that. You start off like crap. You miss every shot in the book. You're, what was it, like 0 of 10 in the first three-pointers or something like that?
They were just on 1 of 15 at one point when Khalil Ware had the only three-pointer. Yeah, it tells you all you need to know.
And to me, these are the kind of things that, that's what I was telling fans that before you came on, that, we're going to have answers throughout the year. Okay, is this real or Memorex? We're going to find out against teams that are more playoff caliber. We're going to find out how this team responds against a team that has 2 or 3 stars on the other side. All these kind of things. And yesterday was another one of those games. You're going to find out, can you win an ugly game? A game where you're not playing well. You got to find a way to win. A game you actually really controlled, even though you didn't play well, you kind of controlled the whole way, but you lost the lead at the end because that's what happens in basketball, and you had to answer the bell. To me, I loved the game yesterday, as ugly as it was, because it tested you.
Yeah, like you said, you have to win all ways over the course of an 82-game regular season, just like we see with the Panthers. You can win big, you can win in shutouts. You got to find a way. Your third line can carry you with the Heat. The bench has been carrying them, but it was ugly and it was mucked up, and something had to happen at the end, and you see who could step up. And you could see Tyler Hero still has that clutch gene when needed. It was nice to see. And Kel'el Ware got closing minutes. And that might have been, to me, Big O, the biggest takeaway right there is that you took your young player, you threw them, as Eric Spoelstra would say, into the fire. He was better than Bam yesterday. There was a reason Bam was on the bench and Kel'el was in there. And that's all you want. You just tell your players it's a meritocracy on a game-by-game basis. Kel'el, tonight's you. You were getting every freaking rebound. You deserve to be at the end. You had your block shots. You came through, and you got the chance. So that's all you want, Big O. Over 82 games, every game you want to take a nugget, even from the losses, something you can take away, stack for the playoffs, and say, hey, if we're in this situation again, Bam Adebayo can make a steal, Tyler Hero can score a basket, and if Norm Powell is injured or in foul trouble, we have a plan B to score. So you came out ahead on several facets last night. I agree.
Yeah, and I loved it. And Ware, again, played like an absolute star yesterday. He went 3 of 5 from three-point range. He had blocks, rebounds. 6 of them were offensive. You know, just like you. And we talk about motor and all this kind of stuff, and we were concerned and all that. That was the talk. Can he bring it? Well, if you watch them the last few games, he's bringing it constantly.
And it's interesting because one of my Ask Ira questions today was, hey, Ira, you motivated Kel'el with your writing, and believe me, I didn't. Kel'el is other motivation. Big O, there are certain people in certain facets of life who constantly have to be reminded. With me, I have a little sheet in front of me when I go on radio that says, don't talk too fast, let the host talk. You've got to know who you are. With Kel'el Ware, it is everyone constantly being in his ear. Now, is that optimal for most players? No, they don't want to hear it. Some guys you have to motivate all the time. It's crazy. Malik Allen's in his ear. Eric Spoelstra's in his ear. Norman Powell's in his ear. Bam Adebayo's in his ear. But you know what? As a team, you learn what it takes to push the button, to get the motor going. And if you have to prod Kel'el every night, so be it. If that's what it takes, prod him away. Get the prod out there. Keep pushing him, because he's done a hell of a job. He's now on the Heat's longest streak of double-digit rebounds since Omar Yurtseven had his run when Bam was out several years ago. So it's all trending in the right way. Put another check mark in the developmental Miami Heat column.
Yeah, no, definitely. I mean, listen, Larson's developing. And what I love about Larson, like the other night when he sucked offensively, he filled the stat sheet in all the other ways and helped you win. You know what I mean? I was happy for him last night that he was able to start getting some buckets in there and even got a 3, in there. But it's just, it's really fun to watch the pace of this team, the depth of this team. And, I asked Grok on Twitter, I said, so how many teams because I saw that Miami has 8 players in double digits.
Right.
Not if you add Tyler with the one game performance, and he'll easily be in double digits. And I asked Grok, how many teams in the NBA have 8 players in double figures? And Grok said none, which is not true. The Heat have 8. And I think that's part of being able to maintain this pace that they have, and the vision of Eric that if I'm going to run this, I'm not going to be with my 6-7 guys tight. I'm going to have to go 10 deep.
He's going to have to be, because, again, this is without Norman Powell last night for 4 games this season, without Wiggins probably for a while with that hip pointer. He was without Tyler, without Bam for 6 games. You've got to find other ways. You've got to have next man up. And we're seeing it And to that other point you made, when Pella wasn't scoring, he was still taking charges in the face. He was still rebounding. Jaime has had a few off shooting games. How has he made up for it? With assists, with rebounds. That's what you're seeing. When a player can't fill from column A, he's finding something in column B. Davion the same way. Davion, look at him in Philadelphia. You could say Davion only had 8 points, but he had 12 assists and he had 8 rebounds and he filled the box score. That's what these guys are doing. And you're not hearing anyone bitch or complain afterwards. They didn't get their shots. They didn't get their points. We're not hearing any of that. Not like it used to be. It's refreshing. Now, winning is refreshing. Now, if this all happened and they weren't winning, you'd probably hear something else. But for right now, everyone is sharing in the victory. There will be a guy or two now in the next game or two when they realize there's no more room at the inn for them. Because with Tyler being back, there's a very good chance one of the wings won't play as much. Maybe a Drew Smith. There's a very good chance Nikola Jovic won't be in the rotation in the short run because he has been awful and other guys have been very good. Hell, you can make a case right now that Kashad Johnson has done more with his energy than, than Nico has.
Oh, my God. I want Kashad Johnson in there. That's a fearless mofo, man.
And energy in November and energy in December are what you need during the dog days of the NBA season. So he's a guy who literally barks when he plays, and you could see that extra bite that it's given them the last 3 games in Chicago, when he had that double-double, in Philadelphia, just his aggression, and last night with that dunk from nowhere where just get the hell out of the way. That energizes, that lifts the energy on the second night of a back-to-back.
Yeah, no, I mean, his development has been absolute. Again, and you talk about this, the guys that were missing last night, on top of what you already have, it's just, I don't think any of us saw this much competent depth on this team. You know what I mean? We all thought there was a lot of question marks, a lot of young people. They've got to, I mean, Jaquez, even, you know, the little funk that you're talking about, but overall, his confidence going to the hoop now is stupid right now. He's like our DeMar DeRozan now. He's become like this guy that we need a quick 2, boom, 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 boom.
Maybe not the free throws of DeMar, but right at the rim, high percentage, 80% tight in 2-point shots, which is exactly what you need. That's what they're getting. And that's why, and I'm going to be honest here on our Accurate Pembroke Pines report, going back 2 or 3 years, when a certain Orlando Alzagari was saying, why give Jimmy all that money when you have other guys you can split it up between and get more guys out there until you find the superstar? Well, we're seeing it right now. Norman Powell makes half of what Jimmy Butler does and probably does as much or not more than Jimmy Butler had done since those 2023 NBA Finals for the Heat. So what you're getting now is contributions across the board.
Yeah, no, I mean, it's just so much fun to watch and so surprising to watch what's going on because none of us really look at Jaquez, 13 points, 7 rebounds, 5 assists. I mean, just filling up the stat sheet. Yes. Fontecchio, shit night last night shooting, but he had 5 assists yesterday, so he helped out. You know, these are things that at least you got to find another way to.
Everyone is doing something, and that's what Niko Jovic has to learn. And look, you know what it's like when you're young. When you were young and you first started, I don't even know what station we're going back to, and you had a crappy show, it would get in your head. And you'd show up the next day and like, man, I can't have another show like that. When you get older, you realize, put it aside, be your best self and move forward. Nico is still too much in his head. He has to get past that. When he has a funky game, he has a funky week. And he has to move past it because you know what? This train ain't stopping. When you have the 3rd best record in the Eastern Conference, you're not going to settle for just being out of the play-in right now. You're going to want more. And you know what? In this case, Gordon Gekko, greedy is good.
Yeah. And he can learn from Larson. Pelle Larson is the perfect example. Yeah, and Jaime too. But I mean, Larson, obviously with the whole European connection there, he's watching a kid that no matter what happens offensively, it's not going to change the rest of his game. The rest of his game is going to contribute one way or another. You know what I mean? And Jovic has to, he has to find a way to kind of fine tune his mind in that. Hey, listen, Khalil Ware was kind of, last year, and now this year, look, maybe he's kind of turning that corner. everybody's light doesn't go on at the same time. It's just kind of the way it is. And maybe it's going to take a little bit more for Jovic. This was part of my reasoning for this whole thing about development. Let it go, man. Let's see what happens. Find out over the next 82 games what you have and who you have and all those kind of things. And right now at 12-6 and the number 3 seed, Ira, who the hell ever imagined this, man?
And they're fun, and it's not always in the mud. And, if you were just to watch the Heat last night against Dallas, you go, well, they might be winning, but this is hard to watch. I almost burned my retinas. Instead, my wife will tell me, she'll get up the next morning, she'll go, man, that was fun last night. My mom calls me at noon every day. He goes, oh, good game. That was fun. That's the thing is people, who the hell mentions the word fun after a Heat game? And that's what we've got in this entire season with the highest scoring offense, the highest paced offense. It's one thing to win. But to win and have fun, that makes a season, especially in the dog days.
Are you worried about the pace? Because I'm not. If you have this kind of depth, I'm not worried about the pace at all. If you had 7 guys that you're going to run through the ground like this, then I would worry about it. But if you're going to go 10 deep, then I'm not really going to worry about this.
I'm going to give you an analogy to a sport you love, and I'm going to mention the 2 words, set pieces. You still have to have your set pieces. You still will get to points in playoff games when you need a sideline out of bounds, a baseline out of bounds, a pick and roll play to go to. So as long as they meld those in there, we've seen a few more pick and rolls in recent games. Tyler said, I'm probably going to need some of them. At one point yesterday, he tried to pull up Khalil for a screen. And Khalil's like, we don't do that anymore. Yeah. So they're going to have to get their set pieces. So just like in soccer, you have your set piece coach. They're going to have to get a pick and roll when they need it. They're going to have to get a dribble handoff when they need it. They're going to have to get those. And I talked to a scout the other day, and he said, cut your BS about not running any plays. I have a scouting report here with plenty of plays already from this season. So as long as you still have a book and you still have your go-to plays, like in soccer, your corners, your set pieces, your direct free kicks, as long as they have those by the time the playoffs come, I still need Eric Spoelstra to have that blue card and have 1 through 10. Okay. It's fun running around with our heads cut off, but I got 5 seconds on the shot clock. We have to get to something. We have practiced this. Let's go to it. They will get those. They will get their quote unquote specials during the course of a year. You'll have to mix those in also.
A couple of games ago, there was one where right towards the end of the game, he called the timeout and it ended up an easy dunk for the win, right? I think that was the winning play or something.
Yeah, and they've had those
like 4 or 5 games ago. It was,
Eric is as good, whether it's the Portland game and some other games, as good as anyone is coming up with those, and those are still there. So let's get a little bit away from the Heat aren't running any plays. They're running plays as necessary. And if they are who they seem to be right now, they will need more necessary plays because they will be in bigger time games against bigger time opponents. But for now, just enjoy the ride.
All right. Injury-wise, where are we with the guys that are missing? Is the Powell thing not a short term?
Eric Spoelstra said it wasn't major. It should be short term. A lot of people are saying, hey, it was the second night of a back-to-back. Why would you put him through 2 games like that? So, again, here's the thing. They're off today on Tuesday. They play Milwaukee in an NBA Cup game for what that's worth on Wednesday. Then they're off Thursday, Friday. So, Big O, if I have a chance to give guys 4 more days off in a row by sitting them against the Bucks team lacking Giannis Antetokounmpo, I would lean that way unless they're totally healthy. So when it comes to Norm, or it comes to Wiggins, or it comes to Jovic, I think they will err on the side of caution. I got to tell you, the Heat team that was on the court yesterday, if they could beat Dallas, again, diminished Dallas roster without Kyrie, without.
No, but they're good defensively. They're long.
Well,
they're
Jason Kidd just coaches the crap out of their defense. That's why they could get the threes. But I'm saying if they could beat that Dallas team with that line roster yesterday, I think they could beat the Giannis-less Bucks, who really have nothing unless you're a big Kyle Kuzma fan on Wednesday. Look, you've got to play it safe also. Groins are tricky. Hips are tricky. Hip flexors are tricky. Be smart. Just like with Tyler. Like Tyler said, he could have come back sooner, but there was no need to have him back sooner.
Yeah, no, they're playing well. With Spo, what's being talked about around the league? Like, because
the flexibility.
I go back to Moneyball. I use the Moneyball example with Sean that Brad Pitt turns to what was his name again? Jonah Hill, and he says, if we win this, we will change the game. And a few years back, he went 31-10 with a bunch of scrubberinis and almost made the playoffs, which that would have kind of changed the game.
Hey, look at
and twice he made the finals with a team with just one star, which is just not a common thing. You got to go to Larry Brown and Iverson to go back to something like that. You know, it's really hard to do something like that.
But even the big three team, when he went to the big man shoots outside like Chris Bosh, and he went positionless more, he's constantly evolved. So many coaches get caught up in the ego of their system. And Phil Jackson, God bless him, but he had Michael Jordan and Kobe. We're going to run the triangle no matter what. We're going to run the triangle. The triangle wins. Nothing else matters. Yes, everything else matters. A coach is supposed to come in and look at his roster and saying, my job is to build a game plan to fit these pieces. And that's why, Big O, I think it still will change, because Tyler Hero is a great pick and roll player. You've got to get him at least some. I think you'll see this thing evolve. If they make a trade, you'll see this thing evolve. Eric Spoelstra will provide the best blueprint for his players. Now, some players can't follow blueprints, so they don't play. But that's the thing, is to not be rigid. And to go from what he did with the big three, to go from, look at Pat Riley. He went from showtime in LA to slow time in New York. Why? Right. Because he didn't have James Worthy running on the wing and Magic making passes. He had Patrick Ewing in the block and Charles Oakley beating the crap out of you. So he played bully ball. That's what the great coaches do. They don't just sit around and going triangle, triangle, triangle. They say, for this team, this offense, for this team, this defense. They look at that roster, they make it work.
It's just amazing what he's doing. And again, people look around the league and there's not a superstar here. There's not a franchise player really on this team. And if you get out there and you start winning 50 games with this team, people are going to look and say, wow. And by the way, the other thing that's happening quietly, nobody's talking about this because we don't need to, but if you ever do get to the point of trading, if everybody's playing well, you've also increased the value of all your players too, by the way.
And that's why I think it's almost important to get Niko Jovic going again, so you could have Niko Jovic at a point in his game like he was at the end of last season, the start of this season, where you could say a little more, and we also have this as well. I agree. Right now, the Heat literally have a poo-poo platter of players that other teams are looking at and going, hey, this Larson kid, get me a little more intel about him. That's what you want other teams to do. Have them talking about your players. Makes it a lot easier to pull up a chair at the trade table and say, hey, my plate runneth over, my cup runneth over. What do you want to do? That would put them in a really good spot.
NBA cup runneth over.
Exactly. Maybe we'll see tomorrow against the Bucks.
Follow him on Twitter at Ira Heatbeat. What do you got going on in the Sentinel?
I just wrote about the way if Tyler Hero can come back in his first game back at 24 points and hit the game-winning basket, it's trending pretty well that Tyler will be able to make it work here. So I wrote that. And for those who care about the NBA Cup, the Heat could clinch their first ever berth in a knockout round tomorrow. If they get a win over the Bucks and the Knicks lose tomorrow, they also could be eliminated tomorrow. So huge NBA Cup game for those who celebrate the NBA Cup.
Let's just win against the Bucks. Don't matter whether there's a
cup or not. Let's make it 6 in a row regular wins and everything else will fall into place.
Just get the win, baby. That's all that matters. All right, Ira, we will catch up next week. Thank you as always.
Catch you next week in our accurate Pembroke Pines report. Thanks, Big O.
You got it. There you go. Ira Winderman and our accurate of Pembroke Pines, Miami Heat, and NBA report.
You've been listening to the Acura of Pembroke Pines, Miami Heat, and NBA Report with Ira Winderman. When you're looking for award-winning service and great deals from the #1 volume Acura sales dealership in the Southeast United States, you go to Craig's Inn Acura of Pembroke Pines at 15601 Pines Boulevard in Pembroke Pines.
There's just one place to celebrate a happy new model year. Acura of Pembroke Pines. Drive away in a new ADX. Only $299 a month at Acura of Pembroke Pines, the #1 volume Acura dealer.
Set the rhythm of your smart home with Sloman Shield Blink, the new integrated smart home platform that automates your life just the way you want it. Sloman Shield Blink, be the maestro of your own home.
After 40 years, the Big Cheese Miami is still producing great Italian food. They started in 1984. Since then, they've been winning awards while being voted the best inexpensive Italian restaurant in Miami. Visit them for great food, amazing service. Witness the decades of Cane's memories. The walls are like a Miami Hurricanes Hall of Fame. The Big Cheese delivers anything on its menu or party platter menu to your home, office, or even a park for a picnic. Located at 8080 Southwest 67th Avenue, Miami. Call 305-662-6855. TheBigCheeseMiami.com, where they serve large portions at family prices. The viewpoint, statements, or beliefs expressed on the following program by the host, guests, or callers are not necessarily the opinions of FantasyAccess.com, Media Group Inc., ownership, management, sponsors, or website.
Right. Welcome back, folks. Thank you, as always, for joining us here on the program. Let's see what we got on the chat board. Let me go here. Jaybird, I see, is number one. He says, happy 241. Victory cigars. Yeah, we need to give some victory cigars. The Miami Heat with a win. Let's give them a victory cigar. The Florida Panthers pounded the Predators. Give them a victory cigar. NorCal says, congrats to Richmond Webb making the next round. Let's hope he's induction into the Hall of Fame. Let's hope so. You know, I give him a chance now because I got to tell you, I was worried about Zach not getting in because the team didn't win anything. And sometimes that hurts the player when it shouldn't. And you know, Richmond Webb is a Hall of Famer, bro. I watched the guy play. He can block the shit out of anybody. And he made sure that Marino was untouched 99.9% of the time. Okay? But, you know, he's a quiet guy. He doesn't promote himself and all that kind of stuff. He kind of really relies on everybody else to promote him more than anything else because he's such a humble dude. He's, you know, Richmond Webb is one of the best human beings I've ever covered. Forget about just a great player. You know what I mean? I've had a lot of experiences with all kinds of players in good moments and bad moments, and I get to measure them that way. And that's why nobody can ever say anything bad about Richmond Webb. If they do, you know that's a bad person. Because, you know, we all know Richmond Webb is as good as it gets. So it's just one of those things. He's a rare bird, man. He's a rare bird. Rare bird. Telling you, I hope he gets into the Hall and he deserves it. And it's so good to hear that he made it into the semifinals. I just hope there's enough push inside there. And that's where we really need it for him to get in. Juan Rosa, loving the Heat win. He says, that win shows me what a difference Powell makes to this team. A win is a win. Yeah, no, but it was an ugly game where everybody shot so poorly early on and everything. They got it going on after. Dolphin Dave is in. Jeff in Long Island. Stoney Stanley. Alexis Palenzuela. Rock Bear checking in from Southwest England. Thank you, sir. Let's see. Pat in Asheville says only 75 days until the Dolphins win the Super Bowl. On Earth 919, Evo QB Tua Tagovailoa wins his third Super Bowl in 6 seasons and has his 10th child with 8 different women. I like that. Can I move to that world right now? Okay. I'll take it. I'll take it. Let's see. Rosendo, good afternoon to you. Joseph, I am loving the heat wave. Edward Thurston Howe. This, and I think the pace of it, with the depth that they have, they're able to do this. If you're running 7 guys or 8 guys, then no. But if you're running 10, and last night I think they played either 9 or 10. Let me see if I have it up here. I want to say they played 10. No, 9. They played 9 last night. But I mean, there's no Wiggins, no Jovic, no Powell. You know what I mean? So they could easily go to 10 constantly. So to me, that's very important. And also, you've got depth in different positions. And so if you got fouls, you've got somebody that can come in and help, and they've got experience. This is so important what's going on now, because a lot of players are also getting experience, and they're all playing amongst each other in the system and getting acclimated and chemistry and everything. It's just really cool. What we have to find out is, how good can they be? Is this an aberration? Is this just the beginning of the season where teams aren't at their best yet, which they're not? We'll find out in the middle of the year, and then we'll find out in the last part of the year where all of this stands. It's exciting. It's fun. We'll see. Let's see. Joseph is in. Jay Sherman says, great fan. Wish I could donate, but I can't afford to. Hope you and your family have a great Thanksgiving. Thank you, sir. Smash the like button. That's the way you can donate right there. And if you ever need to visit one of our sponsors, because you got to buy something, a hat or shirt at Canes wear, you can do that. Or Big Cheese, or one of the dealerships, or whatever it is that you need in life that we have, make sure you use one of our sponsors. That's another way you can support us, my friend. You don't have to make a donation. We appreciate it. Those that can, we appreciate that. That's another way to help us. Brian Landis is in. Juan Mendoza. Anybody who's worried about the Panthers just needs to learn a little bit more about the sport. We are missing our top 2 guys, and we're 3 points back for first in the Atlantic. We are good. Oh yeah, I'm not worried. I'm really enjoying this season, because it's not easy. It makes it harder right now. So it's cool to watch these guys, like an AJ Greer last night, have a night like he had. That was cool. I love that. Terrence Hadley, Big O, I think that he got the blueprint from Indiana a year ago. I would say Halliburton is much more of a star than any of our guys, bro. Halliburton he can do some stuff out there that is kind of game changing. So I would call him much more of a star than anybody else. Yes.
I looked it up because I kept hearing a name that was mentioned when Spo was talking about this. And it looks like he consulted with former Memphis Grizzlies assistant Noah LaRoche.
Okay.
Because they kept saying, I think LaRoche ran this in college, and he brought it up for Memphis, I guess, with Ja Morant and them. And then Spo consulted with him over the offseason, and then they slowly implemented it again according to the players that the Heat had. So they have him listed as a consultant, LaRoche. So
okay, pretty good, pretty good. I like that. Good stuff. Terrence Hadley, Big O. Thank you, by the way, Terrence. Chuck Shannon, definitely fun to watch. Lenny Pena says, I was wrong about the Heat as well, Big O. When I looked at it first, 8 and 12 games on that schedule, I thought it would be a tough stretch for them to be 500, but they have shocked us all. Credit to Spo. He's the best, bro. He's the best. Blue is in the house. Let's see. Brian Landis. Mr. Ducky. Bryce Young is just not it, man. Yeah, I don't think so either. I didn't buy him coming out of college anyways. I wasn't a fan. Ted is up in Jersey. Think Blue Dodgers is hitting a bud in LA. I'm not really shocked on that one. That lob from Larson to Kalal where the officials messed it up. Oh, yeah, that was over the rim. And yes, that was a terrible call. Yes, that was a terrible call. I agree with that. But then they made another terrible call against them later on in the game that kind of made up for it. So that was kind of good. Let's see. What else do we have here? Ray Gruyong, howdy-o. I know I sound like a broken record, but Spo is the best coach in the NBA, period. He's the best coach in South Florida history. He's the best coach in the NBA. That guy, I can't say enough about Spo, dude. You know, for you to be better than Shula, that's some shit, dude. And he's, I already said he passed Riley a couple years ago as a coach. Riley is the best architect. When it comes to general manager coach, nobody's better than Riley because he created Spo. He created the Van Gundys. So, you know what I'm saying? We can never, he built the Knicks and he built the Heat. So, Riley's the best in that when it comes to that. And he was a great X's and O's coach and a great coach, great motivator. This guy's better when it comes to X's and O's. I can't ever call him the architect Riley is because there's no way he'll ever prove that. I mean, unless he can, produce 3 head coaches after that or 4 head coaches, then we're talking. But, yeah, dude, I can't say enough about Spo. I've been around long enough, and he is awesome. Mark says, I got the best story about Richmond Webb from a meet and greet party we had during Fan Club 19. Dude is pure gold and needs that jacket. Yeah, he deserves the jacket. I need it. He deserves that jacket. Yeah. Yeah, Dolphin Dave, we definitely need a coach like Spo. There's no doubt about that. Hey, the good thing is for the Dolphins, they got a shot to win this week. I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing because, I get the DMs and, I hated that we won and we're losing draft position and all that stuff. And, I don't really care about that anymore. I don't care about that stupid hamster. I'm not getting on that hamster wheel anymore. Okay? Just not getting on the hamster wheel anymore. We'll just read and react to how things go and all that kind of stuff. I know that I'm a Dolphins fan. And I would like to see them win. Do I know they're going to win anything big? No, I know that. I know they're not. I know they're not going anywhere. But I'm not going to sit here and root against them every week. So, because I know there's a group of you that don't want to see them win at all. And, I'm sorry for you all out there. Whatever. Tune out the season then. Whatever. Tune out the show. Tune out the season. Move on. I can compartmentalize. I know the team sucks. But I'm still going to be rooting for them on Sunday to win. And I think they're going to get their 5th win this week. There's no reason they shouldn't beat the New Orleans Saints. None whatsoever. They're the better team right now. They're home. I don't even know. Does New Orleans even have a home field advantage anymore? Probably not. Okay, so it's not even a road game. So I can't even if it was a road game, I'd still say they should still win. Okay? The way you've played 3 out of the 4 weeks, as long as you play like you're supposed to play 3 out of those 4 weeks, not like you played in the week that you did lose, as long as you play that style of game, I think at least we'll be talking about a win. Whatever it means, I don't care. I just don't care anymore, to be quite honest. I don't care anymore. I don't worry about it. And, like I told you guys, I'm not getting on this hamster wheel anymore. I'm not getting on any hamster wheel of hope with the Miami Dolphins. I'm just going to stay in reality with whatever happens. And reality is, I get it. It's not a meaningful game or whatever. But I'm looking forward to it. They got a shot to win. That's it. That's all I can ask for. That's it. I know the players are going to try to win, so I'm going to root for them to win. That's all. Now, if they don't want to try, then okay, I get what they're trying to do then. But as far as I'm concerned, they all want to work hard and try to win and save face somehow. We'll see. But this is a game at least that they should win. And I guess if you're a fan, you should be happy about that. I don't know. What can I tell you? By the way, Miami moved up in the draft this week. They went from 11 to 10 without even playing. How about that? 11 to 10. So, by the way, the Rams are now at 11 because Atlanta won. They have Atlanta's pick. The best team in the league, the team that has a chance to win the Super Bowl, has the 11th pick in the draft because of the Falcons with the trade. That's how you manage your team, dude. You're the Super Bowl contending team. You have the best defense in the NFL. You have a defensive line that is just absolutely ridiculous. And you're also going to have a top 10 pick in the draft because Atlanta will probably end up somewhere in the top 10 when it's all said and done. That's fantastic, bro. That's fantastic. See that? It's like, wow. Man. Anyway. How about last night? Panthers, Niners. I didn't watch, but I saw the lowlights. I'm not talking about the interceptions. I'm talking about players hitting other players in the ball sack. So Trayvon Mourning, the Panthers safety, clocks Juwan Jennings in the balls, and then obviously it starts a fight later and all that stuff. But, like, what's going on in the league, bro? Why do you got to do that? And again, any of these players that are either spit on or hit in the nuts, whatever they want to do on their own, I'm all for it, bro. I'm all for it. If you want to wait for the guy and put a bat across his head, I'm all for it, bro. I'm serious about this. I'm dead serious about this. Dead serious about this because that's some punk shit that you do and you try to get away with it on the field. I know this. If you would have spit in my face, I would have done everything in my power to get all kinds of revenge. I don't care if I get arrested for it. But you're not going to get away with spitting in my face. You're not. You're not. You're going to have to kill me or me stopping to do some real damage on you. Okay? The rage will not be able to be controlled. So to me, the way I look at this, and I saw that play too again, it's just some coward shit that goes on by some of these guys. None of those guys are tough guys. When you do coward shit like that, you're not a tough guy. Real men, they don't need to do that kind of stuff. That's like, you ever got in a fight with a guy that tried to then scratch you? Then what happened after that? You got even more pissed. Now it's rage now. Like, now you're pulling that shit on me? What are you, a girl or something? Like, what the, that kind of stuff. That's the way I look at it. That's how I've always looked at it. You know what I mean? Because I don't think real men do that. Cowards do shit like that. And so I have zero. I'm with Mike Tomlin on this. I don't want anything to do with Mike Tomlin as a coach, but I will agree with them on this. Whatever a man has to do after that, it's fair game, and I'm all for that. But that is some unacceptable stuff that is going on, dude. Unacceptable. Really. Let's get to our 3A Graphics sports calendar. Let's get it done. Last night, the Florida Panthers, baby. They took on the Predators, who are one sorry-ass bunch, and they pounded them 8-3, which is a beautiful thing. Getting it done. They will take on Philly on Wednesday at Amerant Bank Arena at 7 o'clock. A.J. Greer, by the way, with 2 goals and an assist in the game. Florida is 12-9-1. They're almost on the pace they were last year. So, and they're right there in the playoffs. So don't worry about it. In basketball, the Miami Heat, they won ugly yesterday. That was good. 106-102 over the Mavs. They improved to 12-6. They are the number 3 seed right now, which is crazy in the conference. Wednesday, they will take on the sorry Bucks. Another opportunity to get their 13th win and go 13-6. Khalil Ware played like a star last night. 20 points, 18 rebounds, 6 of them on the offensive end, 3 blocks, 3 of 5 from three-point range. Tyler Hero ended up with 24 points, 7 rebounds, 3 steals, and the game-winning shot. Wednesday, they will take on Milwaukee at 7:30. Friday at 7 o'clock, it's the Eastern Conference semifinals. Inter Miami taking on NYCFC at Chase Stadium. The winner advances to the MLS Cup, which would be the first time that Inter Miami makes it to the MLS Cup. That would be pretty cool. Fort Lauderdale United, they are off till December 13th when they will visit Sporting Club Jacksonville. Remember, you can catch all the games on Peacock and on Channel 10. Also, the Browns have announced that Shedeur Sanders will start against the 49ers. That is your 3A Graphics sports calendar. Call my guy, Alan Blanco, for custom printing and embroidery. Another way to support our show. If your company or corporation needs custom printing and embroidery, they do amazing work. 786-618-1443. They are awesome. All right. So last night we had a colorful situation in college basketball. And it was the Baylor-Creighton game. And I am going to set it up for you because the announcer for Creighton, John Bishop, yes? Okay. So there was a bad call during the Creighton-Baylor game this week. And the announcer, Gilbert, the one announcer turned into Gilbert Godfrey had said, Creighton faced off on Monday against Baylor at the MGM Grand Arena in Paradise, Nevada. During the second half of the contest, Baylor guard Cameron Carr drove to the basket with cruel intentions. In response, Creighton guard Blake Harper slid over to rotate defensively and appeared to beat Carr to the spot, and Carr missed the dunk, but Harper was called for a foul despite seemingly being set outside the restricted area, which is true, by the way. Okay, the announcer is actually right. It was a terrible call, and it was in a very close game, and it helped decide it. That led to an epic crash out on the air from the Creighton radio announcer, John Bishop, who was calling the game for NGR Radio. So let's play the audio for you between the Baylor Bears 72 win over the Creighton Blue Jays 66.
Shot clock. Carr into the paint. Missed the dunk. And a blocking foul. What are you talking about? That was 2 seconds after the play ended. Carr driving. He's outside the circle. He's outside the circle and he's set. He was outside the circle and he was set. Brett Smith blew it. He was outside the restricted area. He was straight up and down. He was set like the statue sitting out in front of New York, and they called that. That's an absolutely horse crap call. In a game that's been played out like this. Unbelievable bailout call by an incompetent referee. And ball don't lie.
It reminds me of at FAU. God, I don't know how I'm actually forgetting his name when I worked with him for so many years. And he's a good dude, but he lost it at FAU for a call. And I remember, and he said, "I'll fight you," and everything. Even said on the air and everything. Now I'm forgetting. It worked with me at QAM. Worked with me at INZ. God, I don't know how I'm brain farting, but I even have the audio. If I was home, I would actually play the audio for you. Now I have to remember his name, but I have all the audio calls of it. And it was one of those things. He threw a chair and everything. Well, he would always get emotional, and that was always part of his thing all throughout his career. But he got really close to the program, and I remember that call, and he was just losing it on the air. No, not Ken LaVicka. It's before Ken LaVicka. Ken has been there now for a while now. He does an excellent job up there for them. He's a good dude, Ken LaVicka. What's it called? Oh, God, I can't believe it. He did the morning show with the QAM in the early days. Dave Lamont. Damn it. Dave Lamont. Love Dave Lamont. Great dude. Oh, yeah. Yeah. Oh, you worked? Yeah. Well, you worked at 640. You might have gotten some of that. Yeah. So, yes.
That, and then also the the soccer team that we were doing with the Miami United FC.
Okay.
He was
the guy?
Well, he was part of it when they were doing it. Like,
okay.
It was very, but yeah, I got a chance to work with him, and he is very emotions on sleeve when he announces.
Always.
Most laid back guy any other time though. That seems.
Oh no,
I've
yeah.
never really been around a whole lot outside of it.
He's not like that at all.
I've never seen him like that.
No.
Except when he gets on the headset.
Dave Lamont is a cool ass dude,
yeah.
bro.
He does
Cool
bowling
ass-
now.
Yeah, he's been doing bowling forever now.
Great.
He found the niche there, and he's found his home there for a while, and he's been doing bowling, PGA bowling forever now. He's been doing that for like 15 years easily now. You know, so yeah. So Dave is a great guy, but it was a funny moment where he lost his shit. Even I'll fight you and everything he even said. It's great. It's great. Huh? Yeah. Yes, that's him. Yeah. Yeah. I have it. I have that audio. I just can't play it here because I'm not, with my studio. So it's yeah. It's hilarious. But yeah, it's Creighton Bears, baby. You gotta love that. Oh man. And you know what? The Shedeur Sanders story is hilarious. Because you drafted the kid behind Dylan Gabriel, who I don't know how many people really thought Dylan Gabriel was a better quarterback than Shedeur Sanders. I don't really understand that. I don't really understand the overall hate towards Shedeur Sanders. I get he must have mishandled the offseason and the interviews like crap. Maybe he thought he was a little – no, he is a cocky, confident, and full of himself type of dude. He is completely confident that he's going to succeed. And in a way, there's nothing wrong with that. But not when you're with NFL people. There's got to be a little bit of humble there. You know what I mean? And so I guess he didn't have any humble pie, and it turned off a lot. It turned off everybody, clearly, because they dropped him for many rounds. But for him to be behind Joe Flacco, Kenny Pickett, Dylan Gabriel, Deshaun Watson, and then it's Shedeur Sanders. And to have four guys in front of him, and eventually you traded Flacco away, you got rid of Pickett, Dylan Gabriel is not the answer, and Deshaun Watson is a disaster. That shit's over. Now he finally gets a start. But this is why you are a bad franchise. And by the way, if I'm Shedeur Sanders, I'm saying all the right things, but in the back of my mind, I am not forgetting that the owner said I didn't want him because I'm not going to play for you. I'm going to force you to tag me for a couple of years, and then I'm leaving. And I'm not going to play for you. If I'm him, if I'm Shedeur Sanders, I would move on to the team of my choice when I'm done with the Browns. That's what I would do. I would make it really obvious to them, hey, you have no shot at re-signing me. I will not play for you, and point right at the owner. You didn't want me. So now that I proved you wrong, now you want me? Nah, I don't want you guys. So you could go ahead and tag me for a couple of years, and we'll set the cap back, and I'll play, but I'm leaving. And so if you want to tag me 3 times, you go ahead and tag me 3 times because it goes up 10% every year, the amount there. So you go ahead and tag me. They'll probably do it once or twice. They probably won't even do it the 3rd time because it'll be too crippling. So that's what I would do if I'm him. I would play, and he's a 5th rounder, so he has to deal with 4 seasons, not 5. Oh yeah, it's a 1st rounder. It's 5. You get that 5th year.
I knew it was 4th for some, but I didn't know if at the 5th round if it drops even or only get 3.
No, it's
but
4
still
years.
4. Okay,
still 4 years.
That's what I was wondering. I didn't know if you had to wait 3 or 4 years.
Still 4 years for him to be a free agent. So he can make life really impossible for them. I've talked about this before early in the offseason that if I'm him, I would never re-sign there. Why? That's not an organization you want to be a part of. They're not a winning organization. They don't know how to complement their quarterbacks. They don't know how to take care of their quarterbacks. So, that's why you don't want to stay there if you're a player. You want to move on. Sadly, we've become that also here in Miami. I know some of you can't handle the truth and all that, but That's what we've become here in Miami. So, Big O, you should see the sport of rugby for all ball grabbing. There we go. Let's see. Maybe that's why I don't watch rugby. Why do I want to watch a bunch of men grabbing other men's balls? I don't know about you guys that are watching rugby there. Ted? Big O, can you give us a reason Carolina would take that extra point attempt with a 2-pointer? Why did that happen? I can't answer stupidity. Explain to me why we activated Taj Washington and inactivated Jalen Wright against the Baltimore Ravens and only had 2 running backs. I can't answer stupidity. And Mike McDaniel is a load of stupidity. And that play for the 2-point conversion was a load of stupidity. Yeah. Just, let me add more failure to my offense just to give them less confidence. Like I'm going to win this game or something. Bro, just take the extra point and move on. Like you need those 2 points because you're going to be in the game or something. Get the hell out of here with that. Let's see what else. Hearing great Celtics announcer Johnny Most get crazy was always hilarious. Yeah, that voice was one of a kind, dude. That was one of a kind. Shedeur Sanders played just okay, and everyone has him in the Hall of Fame now. No, it's just he's the better option, is what it is, Kosa. Like, let's cut through the shit already, bro. Why are we playing Dylan Gabriel or any of these guys? Just play Shedeur Sanders and find out if he can play or not. That's the point. It's not the point that he is a god and he is going to the Hall of Fame or he's great. He's the best quarterback in that group, and he was the best quarterback in that group from the day the draft ended. He was the best player that you should have played out of the 5. And now, let me explain something to you. All offseason, he didn't get any reps with the 1s and the 2s because he's the 5 or the 4 because obviously the rapist wasn't practicing much. So now he's number 1. So he didn't really get training camp. He didn't get the preseason. They shit on him the entire offseason. He didn't even get the reps that a normal quarterback would get. So he's actually way more behind than the average quarterback would be in his position. Again, shitty franchise. Right. Yeah, running scout team. This is a shitty franchise. And so that's the point, Kosa. It's not about, I think it's everybody's like, yo, finally, bro, let's find out if this guy can play. Why are we going through all this charade? Why are we playing Flacco? Who gives a shit about Dylan Gabriel? Yeah, get rid of Kenny Pickett. Bro, play Shedeur Sanders. That's the best quarterback you have. Is he going to be good? We'll find out. But I think that's what it is, Kosa. It's like we got through all the bullshit already. Like any of us with a brain would have picked Shedeur Sanders out of those 5 guys. Whether you like him or not, you're going to say, I've got my best chance with that guy. Wouldn't you say that? I mean, wouldn't you all say that? Like out of those 5 guys, what? Give me Shedeur Sanders. Let me see if the kid can play. But I don't want any Dylan Gabriel, no Kenny Pickett. I don't want old man Flacco, and I don't want the rapist. So let's move on. And that's what this is all about. It's more of, all right, you idiots, we finally got through all the bullshit. Thank God. Let's play this kid because the rest is garbage. And that's what it's all about. That's all. Okay? And then some of us, like myself, Kosa, that believe he can play in the NFL, will find out if people like me are right or wrong. Okay? And that's the next level now. And that's what we're going to find out. But I think it's more about that we've just gotten through all this stupidity. And boy, when it comes to the Browns, there's a load of stupidity. Because you wasted a 3rd-round pick on Dylan Gabriel after you got a bargain with Shedeur Sanders in the 5th round. You are morons. Absolute morons, because it is a bargain to get Shedeur at 5 because there's no risk. You know that, right? There's no risk for Shedeur. Now, if he fails with the Browns, they wasted a 5th rounder. The bad part is they wasted a 3rd and a 5th on this. That's where the bad part is. But if you only wasted a 5th on Shedeur and he fails, no big deal. And if you found a quarterback in the 5th, that's a pretty big deal. So I think it's more about that we got through all the buffoonery already. You know, enough of the buffoonery. You know, don't forget Cash App or Venmo at Cash Big O Show. That is Cash Big O Show, Cash App or Venmo. And you can make a Bitcoin, Ethereum, Chainlink, or Solana donation, which we always appreciate that. Bitcoin is at 86,907 at the moment. Frankie says, actually, rugby is not about grabbing balls, and rugby is actually very entertaining live. Well, I don't know. I don't watch rugby, but according to these people, rugby players love to grab balls. I don't know. That's what I've been told here. Did you not hear that from the folks here on the chat board? Rugby players spend their time grabbing nuts all the time. Okay? Rugby players are like squirrels. They're always playing with nuts. That's what I've been told. Yes.
I do know Frankie has the ability to say that he's watched rugby because he was the host for the team here that played over at Chase Stadium. So he's actually physically been there, not just watched on TV. So
okay.
I don't know. I don't know about Ted or whoever it was that was saying the ball grabbing, but
I don't know.
I'm going to lean toward what Frankie's saying this time.
Okay, so
it hurts me to say this, but I'm going to lean toward what Frankie's saying. I'm going to.
So Frankie says there's no nut grabbing in rugby.
Well, I'm sure there's.
All right.
You know.
All right. He goes, I was the DJ for the Miami Sharks. Yeah, but you're spinning records. You're not looking at the game. You're not looking at people grabbing nuts. You're like trying to find the beat. Yeah, I know it. I know what you're doing. Big O, as a fellow old fart, I don't know who Bad Bunny is, but I submit that the real baddest bunny of all time is the killer Wabbit in Monty Python's Holy Grail. LOL. That's such a great movie. That is such a great movie. Monty Python's Holy Grail. That is a hilarious movie. I haven't watched it in a few years. I wonder how it holds up nowadays. But yeah, I'm not much of a Bad Bunny fan. Although it is funny to hear like Gracie Hunt, like say, "Oh, I'm gonna watch the opposing thing on whatever that channel is or whatever that not channel. It's like a website or whatever, you know, from the dude that unfortunately got shot. I forgot the name of the company or the corporation, but either way, it doesn't matter to me. I mean, that talk, like 8 people are going to watch that halftime show. Everybody else is going to either watch Bad Bunny or they're not going to watch Bad Bunny. They're not going to watch anything. They're going to go have a drink. They're going to have a smoke. They're going to go talk BS out in the patio. That's what fellas do. You know what I mean? The women stay and watch the halftime and they watch the commercials and all that shit. Most of the fellas go get some food, go talk BS. They talk about the game. Unless it's like an incredible halftime show, most of the fellas kind of take a break from the halftime anyway. You know what I'm saying? Unless it's J-Lo and Shakira, oh yeah, let's go watch it. Do you think they care about the music? 99% of the men that were watching Shakira and J-Lo did not hear one word sung. Not one. Because it's like watching Univision in 23. We're not listening to what you're saying. We're just watching the babes that are on there. That's it. We're marveling at that. Nothing else. So, yeah, they'll either watch Bad Bunny or they won't watch it. But they're not going to watch the one from that whatever crap that they're going to compete with. Lame-ass halftime gig that they'll put together. Anyway. What else do we have? Maybe they felt Sanders was not going to be there in the 5th. So they took a QB earlier, and when they noticed Sanders was still there, they took the best available player. But don't take Dylan Gabriel then. Like once you take Dylan Gabriel, why are you taking Shedeur Sanders?
But that would fall in place with the collusion of the NFL.
Right.
Shedeur can't get drafted until after
right
round 5 for whatever.
Yeah.
So you're drafting to what you think you won't be there, and then all of a sudden nobody takes him still.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah. Rosendo says, you read my mind. Mark says, halftime show for me is when I go outside and spark a fatty. Exactly, dude. Exactly. You know how many fatties are sparked up at halftime? Come on. They go outside. The fellas are in a circle. They're passing around a J or two. A couple guys go out. They smoke cigars. A couple guys are smoking cigarettes. Other guys are having drinks. Other guys are getting food. Did I describe every guy in halftime pretty much? That's it. That's it. That's what we do at halftime. It's got to be something phenomenal for us to sit there at halftime. We want to get up because we're going to be sitting again for the next hour and a half or two watching the damn game. So we get up and walk and drink, smoke, talk, eat, whatever it is that you do. You'll do one of those. I guarantee you, as a man, you'll be doing one of those, overall. You won't be watching some bullshit, rigged little bogus halftime show in some other website or some crap like that. Give me a break. By the way, happy birthday to Jalen Waddle today. Celebrating a birthday today. And congratulations to Bernie Kosar also getting his transplant and getting released also, which is great. We need Big E. My other one already faded. This one's fading already as it is. I'm not going to touch the one that I have on the mic in the studio. I left that one. I'm going to leave that one in there because forget it, bro. They fade quickly. So I'm losing my Big E there overall. All right, let's get to a little music. Let's start off with musicians born on the 25th of November. Stacy Lattisaw. She found love on a two-way street. Then she lost it on a lonely highway, by the way. Stacy Lattisaw, born on I didn't know she was born my year, 1966. And she also had the number one with Johnny Gill. Where do we go from here? There you go. Let's see, what else do we have celebrating birthdays today? Amy Grant, singer, songwriter, born in 1960. Percy Sledge, legend, baby, R&B soul singer, born in 1940. Wow, this is a super short list. One of the shortest lists I've ever seen in my life. Wow. All right, let's go to other folks, famous people celebrating birthdays. And if we don't give you the age, remember, they have passed away. All right, we start off with Pope John the 23rd, born in 1881. We just lost him. Baseball Hall of Famer Joe DiMaggio, born in 1914. Actor Ricardo Montalban. This is the Corinthian leather in this Chrysler Cordoba, born in 1920. Actress Catherine Crosby, born in 1933. Hall of Fame member Joe Gibbs, born in 1940. The man is 85 today. Actor Ben Stein, Bueller, born in 44. He is 81. Actor John Larroquette, born in 47. He's 78. TV personality, choreographer, and judge Bruno Tonioli, born in 55. He is 70. John F. Kennedy, born in 1960. Let's see, who else? Scott Mercado from Candlebox, born in 64. He's 61. Tim Armstrong from Rancid, born in 65. He's 60. Actor Billy Burke, born in 66, he's 59. Musician Rodney Shepherd from Sugar Ray, born in 67, he's 58. Actress Christina Applegate, born in 71, she's 54. Bless her, man. She's gone through a lot of health issues, man. Let's see. Former first daughter Barbara Pierce Bush, born in 81, she's 44. TV personality and former first daughter Jenna Bush Hager, born in 81, she's 44. Competitive eater Joey Chestnut, born in 83, he's 42. How's that? Why? It's just hot dogs. I'll be throwing it up. All right. Tamales. So you want to be at a party that has tamales and hot dogs? Yeah, no, we'll pass on that. But you got any wrestlers? That you made me think of hot dogs.
I have a couple.
Tamales.
My fault. I forgot your hot dog situation. Adrian Quest turns 30. Black Andromeda is 33. Johnny Valiant was born on this date in 1946. And WWE supports this charity, Connor's Cure, which is named after Connor Mikulik. He was born on this date in 2005. Those are your birthdays for November 25th, 2025.
So what happened to your boy coming out on the introduction there? You want to explain?
It's what happens when you wear cowboy boots and you hit the sliding gray that doesn't have a lot of traction.
You know, but I you know what I love about him falling? And we're talking about Brock Lesnar. For those of you, you wrestling people know what the hell I'm talking about. But the rest of you that don't follow wrestling like me, that we don't know shit about wrestling, Brock Lesnar was in the WWE. What the hell was it? What show
Raw
was it?
on Netflix.
Raw on Netflix. There you go. And he was coming out in the introduction, and he slipped on his ass and fell. But the best part about it is he did what every super embarrassed person that falls does. Popped right back up again, boy. He didn't fall like, oh man, I hit myself. Oh, I've fallen and I can't get up. You know, that commercial, right? No. It's that thing that you did in front of everybody. You wiped out, but you, oh, no, I'm good, bro. I'm good. What are you talking about? What are you doing? Nothing's going on. That was all planned. You know, that kind of stuff. Didn't you see Brock? That was the good thing about Brock. He bounced right back.
Should be coming up there momentarily. You can watch it. Actually,
they won't tag us for this shit.
I got on Wrestle Ops, so hopefully no.
Okay. I didn't tell you to. I'm afraid. No, don't put the damn music.
No, I'm definitely not putting music.
Don't put the music.
All right, here we go. Does a little roll, the wrestling roll there, and then they change the cameras, and everybody's laughing at him.
Boom. And then he rolls right back up again. I love it. I love it. Oh, man.
All right, we'll stop sharing that.
That was good. You got to watch it, but it was funny. It was fun. And I'm not a wrestling guy, but, you know, he's a big, tough guy. So it's just like one of those things.
What's even funnier is because WWE, of course, once he falls, they zoom to the other camera further away. But there's fans in the crowd that are recording it. He runs up to Heyman, the manager guy there, and he whispers something, I guess, like, hey, just bust my. And they're both cracking up laughing, and then they start walking to the ring.
That's what you got to do. Yeah. You just got to roll with it at that point, dude. 100%. What the hell?
What is somebody going to do? Walk at the Brock Lesnar and tell him?
By the way, I mean, if you've been to enough events in your life, somebody fell on stage. Or off the stage, yes. Okay, I've been to well over 1,400 concerts, and I've seen people fall off stages. I've seen people fall on the stage. I've seen them slip. I've seen that. Pat Benatar passed out at the Hollywood Sportatorium in the early 80s. And we had a delay in the concert. I don't know if any of you went to that concert. You got to be old. But this was in the early 80s. I want to say it was a Promises in the Dark tour. Maybe. I want to say. Not sure. But she passed out in the Hollywood Sportatorium. And we had like a delay of I don't know. See if the story's there. See if there's anything about Pat Benatar passing out at the Hollywood Sportatorium. Put that. Pat Benatar passes out at the Hollywood Sportatorium. See if that's it's in the 80s, early 80s. So, I don't know if there's an internet story for that. You know what I'm saying? But there could be like some kind of a blog or something like that. I don't know what it was that day. She was dehydrated, alcohol. Who knows? Back then, she might have been partying in those days. Who knows? But I've seen it all. If you go to enough shows, people will fall. Unfortunately, it's just kind of, but I love Brock. He went with it nice and smooth. That was good. That was really, really good. That was good. Anyway, what else can I tell you all? What else do we have going on? By the way, if you have any questions, anything else, send it in on the program. Let's see. What else do we have? What else? All right, we're at 87.1. Not bad. Shedeur Sanders is going to cost a lot of GMs their jobs. That's funny. Oh, that is crazy. Oh, because they're matching Cam and Shedeur's numbers right now. That's not fair. Two different. One's played a lot more, and it's just what it is. It's two bad franchises around both of these guys. It's not really conducive for them to have success. I don't blame Cam for a lot of his struggles this year and everything going on. If he was in a really good situation, I was going to expect him to struggle anyways because of his risk taking. I think he would have to learn the lesson really bad here in the NFL first. And I think eventually that it's kind of happening this year, but it's happening by force because he has a terrible team around him. But, and that's the good thing about Cam is that he's mentally tough enough and he can survive this kind of stuff and he can deal with it. But he has been sacked. I want to say it's like 45 times this year, something like that.
But he's also not doing what he did in college. I mean, apparently they got into his ear and told him, don't be doing
He still does it.
He does it sometimes,
I watch it.
But not as much as in Miami. It felt like every play was going for that. Whereas now it feels like sometimes he's probably thinking more.
He has no choice because they've told him that throw will not win us the game.
Yeah, exactly.
That throw will not carry you. So you're only going to make a mistake. So play the game the right way. There'll be a moment that you'll have to take a chance. But we're not good enough for you to be doing that constantly because then that'll just put us behind the eight ball even more. That's kind of
feel like he's playing
because they're a run-based team. They got to. That's what they're supposed to. They need to run the ball. They need to eat clock. They need to take the ball away from the other team, not give them many opportunities to score. That's how a team like Cleveland stays in it like that. So you can't be gunslinging.
No, I agree with that. It's just sometimes when you start thinking about it, you don't react and you're not the player that you were. And that's where I think a lot of the Cam stuff is.
I'm just glad that they finally got to him already because it's just a bunch of bullshit that we had to sit there and Flacco and Joe and Dillon and all this kind of crap when everybody knew Shedeur would be the guy that you have to start to find out. If you guys are ever going to be anything, it'll be with Shedeur. And if it's not, then you need to go find somebody else. But it ain't going to be Dylan Gabriel, and it was never going to be old-ass Flacco. Give me a break. You know what I mean? So they finally went. The great Steve Calabro is in the house. Are those new glasses? They look good.
They were sunglasses.
Oh, okay.
But,
okay, they look good.
Listen, just hold on a second, Big O. I walked into a little bit of a firestorm here. Joe Flacco's from New Jersey, so go a little easy on him, all right? Audubon, New Jersey.
Old ass Joe Flacco.
Okay.
No, but it's
no, I mean that's
no, but
discrimination.
I get you. But you got to admit that they finally. It took them forever, but they finally got to the guy that you need to find out if
Joe is.
None of the other guys are going to be the answer.
Dylan might be okay.
I'm not a Dylan Gabriel.
I'm not either, but he might be okay in the NFL. Shedeur was not a guarantee either.
No, but out of all five of them. I didn't want Kenny Pickett. I didn't want the rapist.
Right away.
I didn't want Flacco, and I didn't want Dylan.
No,
dude, let's just find out if Shedeur can play or not.
You know where Kenny Pickett's from? Homedale, New Jersey.
Also, well, then maybe that's the problem.
That's
the problem. That's the problem in Cleveland. They're getting quarterbacks from Jersey.
No,
by the way, is there a great quarterback from Jersey?
There's plenty of great quarterbacks.
No, seriously.
Joe Flacco won the MVP in the Super Bowl.
Okay, yeah, he did. He did.
Years ago.
He's 11 touchdowns, no interceptions. He had a. But I wouldn't call him a great quarterback. Is there a great quarterback born? A
lot of them are Pennsylvania. Joe Namath was Pennsylvania.
No. Pennsylvania is loaded.
Joe Montana.
No. Marino, everything. No. Pennsylvania is shits quarterbacks.
There's a lot of. I don't know the answer to that question. I have to research that.
Research. Has there ever been a great NFL quarterback born in New Jersey?
So Kenny Pickett and don't count?
No.
He doesn't count.
No, or Flacco.
Oh, come on, Flacco. You're beating up Flacco.
He was a really good quarterback for a while.
He's not great. He
was a really good quarterback. And that Super Bowl year, he carried them. That defense
he had a year.
That defense was like 15th in the NFL. They were like middle of the pack. And he threw 11 touchdowns and 0 interceptions in a playoff run.
Okay.
11 touchdowns.
He had a great year.
He had a great year. He bet on himself that year. That year they offered him a contract. He said, no, I want more. And he bet on himself, and he got that big fat contract that he couldn't live up to.
Yeah. Well, listen.
But he was a very good quarterback for a stretch, and he had a great year. But I wouldn't call him a great quarterback.
Well, maybe I'm sensitive. Jim McMahon, another Jersey guy. Not great.
He's a great college quarterback.
Yeah.
At BYU, he was freaking great. Let me tell you something. Jim McMahon doesn't get slammed by that asshole in Green Bay. What was his name that blew out his shoulder? He does become a great quarterback. No. Yes. No. Jim McMahon.
Super Bowl winner. So
he was a total badass, dude.
We got another one.
Started at the top and going down.
Neil O'Donnell's
not.
David Gerard. No,
that's a tough one. No. I'm not gonna say. You know why I'm sensitive?
No, but I'm telling you, McMahon would have been a great quarterback. Somebody give me the name. Was it Martin? George Martin was the guy that slammed him to the ground from Green Bay and ruined his shoulder. At that moment, McMahon was bawling, dude.
So you know why I'm sensitive to the Jersey quarterbacks?
Well, you're sensitive to everything.
No, because I didn't know if I mentioned I'm from New Jersey.
No, shocker.
I didn't know. Joe Theismann.
Oh, that's pretty good. Not great.
Theismann for the Heisman.
Not great. He's from Jersey?
South River, New Jersey. Maroon and silver. South River High School. No, he went to South River High School.
Oh, well, maybe I went to that.
New Brunswick
doesn't mean he was born there.
New Brunswick. New Brunswick is the town next to South River. He went to South River. He was a South River Ram. They were South River Rams.
Now, I don't call him great, but he was very good, dude.
Pretty good.
Very good. I mean, again, that to me.
No, he's from Audubon High School, but just so you know, Voorhees, the city of. I was born in Rahway, not the prison, the hospital, but that doesn't mean I'm from Rahway. I'm from where I went to high school.
You know what the number one NFL player from Jersey is?
Who?
Yes, Jersey.
Oh, that's right. Who is the number one player?
There's so many of them. I can't imagine. Running back. From Pittsburgh. From Penn State. A Penn State linebacker. No, Mike Gesicki. No, just kidding. There.
Number one is
Franco Harris from South.
Yeah.
Yeah, Fort Dix. Okay, so he's from a town that Fort Dix. That was all the military people came in, and that was I forget what high school. It was Manchester, no, he's from Rancocas Valley. I think he's Rancocas Valley. Franco. Sam Mills, small guy, went to Montclair State. Very small guy, Sam Mills.
Yeah.
Sam Mills.
Now,
Franco Harris, the Immaculate Reception, was a New Jersey guy.
But you almost don't. You don't have a great quarterback.
Joe Flacco's number 3 on
Well,
the list.
Theismann.
I would go Theismann, Flacco first.
Yeah.
Theismann was way more consistent.
You know what?
Theismann was a good quarterback throughout his whole life.
Do you know what his real name is?
Joe Theismann.
Joe Theismann.
I
And
know.
when he went to Notre Dame, it was
And they changed it for the
Theismann
Heisman.
for the Heisman. That
Right.
was the whole, and I think Plunkett beat him out.
Yes.
I think Jim Plunkett beats him out on the.
Right.
Oh, start. Oh, Troy Vincent. Yeah.
Oh, Troy Vincent.
Yeah, very good player. I forget where he was from. I always got confused. It might have been Newark, New Jersey.
Oh, Trent.
Oh, Trent. That's totally different. Yeah, I missed that one. I don't know where he went to. I don't know where he went to high school.
I didn't know. I forgot that.
Oh, give me a Dolphin.
Well, you just did. Troy Vincent. Minka Fitzpatrick.
Minka Fitzpatrick is from New Jersey. Where's he from?
Where's he from?
Minka Fitzpatrick.
Didn't
he
know
went
that.
to Alabama. So he
Yeah.
probably, see, that's the problem with New Jersey. New Jersey, the Rutgers can't keep any of the good players. Old Bridge. I played them. They were in our conference. They were powder blue.
Well, why would
and
you
white.
go to Rutgers? You would go to Alabama.
I know, but for years they can't keep this Division I talent goes to the Southeast Conference. Goes to.
Do you blame him?
I know, but who? Come on.
No.
Oh,
who's the
Giant?
best?
Greg Olson.
Oh, Greg Olson.
Yeah,
From
Greg
Jersey?
Olson. Yeah. Greg Olson's a Jersey kid. Yeah.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, Jersey kid. He went to a Catholic school, I think. Yeah.
Huh?
Jim Kick. I
Jim
did not
Kick
know
is from
that
Jersey?
one. Jim Kick. Where's
Lincoln Park.
That's North Jersey to the west. North to the west. That's
Okay.
up there to the west.
All right.
Yeah. Jim Kick, another great. Yeah, I don't know. Where's he from?
Woodbury.
Oh, Woodbury, South Jersey. That's like almost Philly.
I didn't know Brian McKinney was also from Jersey.
Alabama did
Mark Ingram.
Mark-
Yes.
Alabama did a lot of recruiting.
Yeah. Well, that's because his dad played in New York for the Giants, and then
Yeah.
lived there, and then had his kid.
Where did
there.
Ingram go? Yeah,
Hackensack?
so he probably went to one of the big schools up in North Jersey. So they have Don Bosco Prep, right?
Right. Yeah.
They'll
which-
play St. Thomas.
Yeah.
They're
Yeah.
that kind of thing,
They're one of the powerhouses.
Either Paramus Catholic or Bergen Catholic, depending on what year you pick. But I think it's Paramus Catholic now. Yeah, they recruit.
Yeah.
It's really recruiting. And they play 3 or 4 games out of state. Real good high level foot. Oh, what about Tommy DeVito? No, just anyhow. You was talking about quarterbacks. Irving Fryer.
Irving Fryer?
Newark. He's Newark.
He went from Jersey to Nebraska.
Wow. Oh, you know who else? No, great running back from Camden, New Jersey. Got shot when he went back to. He was, I think, Nebraska.
Bobby Humphrey?
Mike Rozier.
Mike Rozier.
Mike Rozier.
Because Bobby Humphrey got shot.
Mike Rozier was a Heisman Trophy winner.
Yeah, I know.
Comes
Oilers.
back after his NFL career, goes back to Camden and gets shot in a drug. I mean, doesn't die, but I mean, like it's a mess. It's just
What are
a
you gonna
mess.
do? Well, these are decisions you shouldn't make when you go.
But
back
I want to
town.
talk about something before. There's all this talent from New Jersey. Have Greg Olson. You like that Greg Olson one, huh? Yeah.
Yeah, Greg Olson is a Hall of Fame caliber tight end. Actually,
Well, he's a good announcer.
And by the
too.
way, he's an excellent announcer.
great. He's a
Way
great
better
announcer.
than Tom Brady.
Come on,
Jesus
he's
Christ.
up on Tom Brady. He's not doing bad.
He's
Not worth $250 million, but he's doing.
He's
nothing
not
bad.
Greg Olson.
He's not.
Greg Olson is a better
like-
broadcaster.
You know what my favorite announcer is?
Who?
The Thursday night guy. Come on, Al Michaels.
Oh, but I get that. But that's play-by-play. Yeah.
Yeah,
color.
but Al Michaels is like you enjoy listening to the game when he's calling the game.
He's
I like him.
The
I
age
like
has
him.
caught up to him a little bit now.
That's okay. It's all right.
I can't stand Herb Street.
Well, Herb Street.
I'm tired of Collinsworth and his bullshit and selling his stats and his PFF bullshit, and he's also all politics inside the whole thing. He doesn't really give you an opinion. He plays politics with the players and all that shit. I'm tired of Collinsworth. I'm tired of that.
Nope. But I like
Herb Street too.
I like Tony Romo,
Herb Street
too.
doesn't belong in the NFL, bro.
No, he's college.
He
He's
just sounds out of place when he's talking to NFL. That it really does not go. Actually, I don't like that.
But I like Romo. I like Romo.
I like Romo.
Romo's good.
Romo
Romo's
does a
good.
decent job.
He does a real good job. At any
Decent
rate,
job.
before we
By the way, the drug addict was doing an excellent job. Mark Sanchez.
he's okay.
No, he was doing a good job, man.
Okay job. He's
No, he was doing a good job. I'd rather have him than Romo, actually. Now,
No,
now,
come
I don't know
on.
what
You
the
hit
hell
your
happened
head.
to that dude because
Well, he's got a hothead. He's a hothead.
no, but he's got some demons. You saw that video?
And he's had it.
You saw that video?
Yes, and he's had it before.
Yeah.
You know, he's no angel.
I know, obviously, but how in the hell did you hide it that long?
Smart. Listen,
he's in the middle of Indianapolis, all over it, like walking through alleys and running, and then challenging a 70-year-old man to a fight. What is wrong with you, bro? What kind of dope are you on?
He's a dope. Well, he's a dope. Forget
He's
about the
definitely
dope.
a dope, but I mean, Jesus Christ. Dude.
Anyhow,
what happened to having a drink or two and go home, bro?
Here we go. I want to talk about, before we talk about how great the New Jersey players are, where I'm from New Jersey, but right here in the poker room, the AK Royal right now. You get an AK Royal, $185,000.
Wow.
And growing. Next time we talk, sit here, it'll probably be about over 200 or damn near close to 200,000. The bad beat, you lose, you win the bad beat, 100,000. Friday, get this, Friday, we're going to have a promo. We're going to give away up to 10,000. At 12 o'clock, we're going to draw somebody's name. Depending on how many hours you've been playing, we'll give you $1,000 an hour. So if you came in at 2 o'clock, you're getting $10,000. You came in at 10 o'clock, you're getting $2,000.
Right.
So you got to be nuts not to come to play this weekend. If you want to play poker, you got to come to Hialeah Park. It's crazy. And I
wish I was good at it.
By the way, what's happening on 1 o'clock on the 29th?
Oh, that truck.
The truck. They're giving away your truck. We're giving away your truck down on the slot floor.
And you said it right, because I'll be here to collect it.
Okay. We'll do the paperwork. You're gonna play more times you play, the more entries you get. You gotta be crazy not to come here for Thanksgiving weekend. You literally like if you go to that big box place over there where the ukulele is.
And by the way, say hi when you come by over here, because I'll be here.
It's just okay. It's just okay. The ukulele. They're not giving away a monster truck.
No.
You know. No. They're not giving away $184,000 AK Royal. No, none of this, right? No,
Nope.
we are.
Nope.
So why would you? There's no sane person that wouldn't come here.
And by the way, don't forget to download the sports app too. Right
Sports
there,
app,
you got the QR code right there. You can use it. Download the sports app so you can make some wagers.
Now I got one last thing, and I got to say it, and then I got to run.
Okay.
Because I got to get out of here.
I get you.
When I say
you're busy.
it,
I know you were busy.
it has
today.
nothing to do with busy. Has nothing to do with busy.
You were busy.
I got to get out of here once I say this bad thing.
Oh, you got to go to the bathroom?
No, that's a good guess though.
It's usually when you really got to get out of here.
No, so I screwed up with the Jersey guy picks last week.
No, you didn't. It's fine.
I didn't send them to you.
It's fine. Don't worry about it. I was sick as a dog on Friday.
Let me be honest with you.
Yes.
He was 0-3.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I'm going to tell you what the picks were.
Wow.
So I said
we're glad we didn't give you the picks.
Yeah. So that means he's 10-8 now, because he went from 9-3 to 10-5 and now 10-8, right? So
he's in a funk right now.
Oh man, he. All right, so he picked the Chiefs 3.5. So he missed that by a half. The where the hell? I just lost his. I just lost the. I mean, it was a bad weekend. It was a bad. Okay, here we go. Lions 10.5 over the Giants. They only win by 7.
Yeah. It was a
this one
battle for him to win.
This one I would have battled him. I don't even know. I would let your audience hear this one. The Bucks over the Rams. The Rams are good.
Oh no, the Rams are the best team in the NFL. I wouldn't have agreed with that one.
The Rams and Denver Broncos are for real.
Oh yeah. Well, I don't buy the quarterback on Denver yet.
I know you don't like Bo Nixon, but the team's good.
No, the defense is
good.
amazing. They can run the ball.
They got a good O-line.
Yeah, they got a good coach overall.
They got Trent Dilfer at the quarterback. I'll give you that.
You know.
Denver.
Yeah.
They got Trent Dilfer, right?
Basically, yes.
But I got to tell you,
and I love their defense, but in an AFC championship game, in an AFC championship game, I'm still going with the Chiefs on that one.
I will tell you though, the Rams look unbelievable. Uh-oh.
Frankie says, can you ask Steve how they determine when the casino needs to replace a slot machine with a new slot machine, and what happens to the old slot machines?
Sure. I love the question.
There's the old slot machines in the sky.
No, I love the question, Frankie. I love the question. Listen, that's a science in itself.
Do you end
That's
up
a
with
science.
do you end up with the old machines at your house?
No.
Oh, okay.
But the old machine.
Then you send the old machine to my house, so I can play every once in a while.
But
not that I'll win anything.
I can
but
tell you
just
where you
to-
can get slot machines, but I
Okay.
can't send them to your old
Okay,
house.
all right.
But so that's a whole science, and it's really what makes us have the latest and greatest slot machines. So every year we go to Las Vegas and they have like a car show, and they show us all the new slot machines. So we want to pick the newest, latest, and greatest. And what happens is we have a report every month. I look at it, and basically it shows you if the game is doing well, right? It's called a performance report. And so maybe we put this new slot machine in, and it wins like $500 a day, right? And then it starts winning $600. Oh wow, it's doing great. Then all of a sudden, like a year later, it's winning $300. Then it's winning $250, $200. Adios, muchacho.
Right.
As soon as it goes on the downslide, because they have a life, they have like a life cycle. Slot machines fall in and out of favor.
Really?
Yeah, half of them. There's some old steady eddies. There's a couple of steady eddies. And so this performance, it's all based on what that thing did for the last few months. And if it starts, you talk about performance based. If it ain't performing, it goes away. And we sell them to a secondary market.
Okay.
Yeah, but usually they last about 5 years. And we sell them to these secondary markets.
So it's like casinos in other countries that are.
Yeah, they'll end up. Our machines will end up in like Argentina,
right?
Or it'll end up in like they'll buy them from us for peanuts. Yeah, they'll end up all over the side.
They'll end up in lesser casinos in the world.
And it's an incredible art. It's an incredible art. It's not easy. It's not easy, and it's like takes hours.
So do
and
you
hours.
sell them, or does the company has sold you them?
No, I sell them to a company. We have 4 or 5 companies that bid out. We'll have like 50 old ones, and they'll come and they'll buy them from us.
Okay.
And they 95% of the time they go usually to South America, usually, or to the Caribbean, and so that's what we do. But it's a fun part of the job. But it is. So I have this performance report. Every machine tells me what it did this month, what it's done the last year to date, blah blah blah, and I have this report. From that report, I call it the shit of the shit. It's like when the machines start really tanking and we attack them. If you make your worst performing slot machine good, that's how you grow your business.
Right.
Simply stated. And so I have my shit of the shit report. That's not the professional name for it.
Right, of course.
It's not the professional. It's the shit of the shit, right? It's basically, there's usually about like anywhere from 40 to 60 games on there. I'm like, these are going.
Right.
We can't get them out of here fast enough. And then you have, and if Frankie wants to know it, send me his email. I'll tell you where he can buy used slot machines. But you cannot possess them in your house unless they're 25 years old.
Really?
Yeah, you cannot possess them in your house.
Wow.
But
Frankie's used to doing all kinds of illegal shit. So
put it in the backyard.
Yeah.
I will tell you,
Frankie will probably buy 10 of those and then just start doing underground advertising and people.
For that reason, I always wanted to.
All his rugby players will come by to play.
I always want to invite you to my house. If you're ever in New Jersey, please come by. But there's one room you're not going to be able to go to because then you might call me out. You might report me. There's a couple in there, that are sort of margin with a Coke machine. I have a Coke machine in there.
I think Frankie's trying to give Hialeah Park some competition. He wants to buy some machines. He wants to create an underground casino.
Oh, don't do it in Florida. They're shutting them down left and right. Literally, the Florida Gaming Commission.
Are they as shady as Frankie?
No, Florida Gaming Commission. They're not
Frankie
shady.
Frankie is. He can get away with anything.
Well, if Frankie's shady, he might be able to get away for a while.
I mean, Fresco, think about it. There's like some mafia connection there going on.
What's wrong with the mafia? Right away, you said
I'm just saying.
That sounds like an Italian slur.
They know how to get away with it, but they know how to get away with it.
Well, I guess. Anyhow, so I got to get out of here, but because 0-3, the Jersey guy, I'm like embarrassed. I'm from Jersey and not a Jersey guy.
Well, we saved
off
him.
an 0-3. Blows off an 0-3.
Oh, we saved you guys. And myself too.
And
Friday, I would have lost some money. I would have lost on 2 of those.
No, but I'm counting it. I'm counting it because they didn't have anything. So they didn't have anything. So they're 3 losses. So that was our mistake. I say he's 10-8. Now he's mad at me because
Frankie's mad at me because he says I'm giving out his secrets. See? I knew what he was doing. Underground Fresco Casino.
If he gives me the email, I'll tell you where you can go buy them. But
Casino
he didn't hear
Fresco.
from me.
Oh, Fresco Underground Casino.
Yeah, the acronym's nice.
FUC. You.
All right, man. Be
All
good. I'll see you Friday with some real Jersey guy picks.
All right, you got it.
Got it. I'm from. I told you.
Friday morning.
He says, "Where am I from?" From Montana.
Montana.
No, I'm from Rahway, New Jersey. Not the prison. Have you ever seen Rahway Prison?
No.
Hurricane Carter, the boxer, fought a fight in Rahway Maximum Prison.
I think a lot of people fought fights in the Rahway prison.
No.
I think a lot of people are fighting fights.
No, in a ring. In a ring.
Okay.
And my mother, God bless her, she was a
She
great
was also
mother.
in prison?
No. She was in the hospital. I was born in Rahway.
Oh, okay.
But I grew up in Woodbridge, right? It's Island section, which is really weird. But I would deliver the newspaper, and there was the prison. Like later in my life, I said, Ma, you let me, I was 12 years old, drive by the maximum security prison, and like no big deal.
Yeah.
That's got to be the safest.
No.
Personally, I think it's a bad part. Did you at least share some papers with them?
No, I delivered across the street.
Oh, look at that, bro. See,
No,
you
because
should have thrown one or two over the fence.
Listen, no. In the Rahway prison, outside of the walls, the prison, I'm going to show you, bring a picture next week. It is a nasty looking prison. But outside the walls was the trustees. So these were the prisoners that are going to get out in a year or two.
There you go.
They were like not behind bars. They'd come over and beat the shit out of some 12-year-old.
Well, they're about to get out. They're not going to do that. They're not going to do that.
They were sneaking out.
You think this
and
is the
going
crazy
to the local
Indian
bar.
from 48 Hours or something? No, this ain't the movie 48 Hours or something, bro. Those people are not going to touch you. They don't want. They want nothing to do with that.
You'd let your kid ride his bike by the maximum security
I
prison.
didn't say that. I just said, first of all, I wouldn't even live close to a maximum security prison.
No, I delivered newspapers. The News Tribune. Now it's called the Home News or Tribune.
Yeah.
Well, I was a good newspaper
Well,
boy.
I think your mom did that because she knew eventually you would end up there. So she wanted you to kind of get to know the prison.
get the vicinity.
Get to know kid. Cruise by there. That'll be your home away from home soon enough. She didn't have a lot of hope for you.
I think she needed me to make money with delivering those newspapers because we were a little bit broke. And so she said, go make some money, kid. That's what she did. But she was a great mom. But Rahway, and you look it up.
So they didn't reach out to you for any connections. They didn't say, "Hey, kid, can you sneak in something for me?"
Yeah. Put this little file in there.
Yeah.
No, remember the thing.
Give him a shiv.
Remember the show Scared Straight?
Oh yeah.
Rahway Prison.
Okay.
Kids from my school district. They bring him into the prison and
they don't do that anymore.
No, because now all the kids are marshmallows.
Got all these wussy-ass kids
all
now.
Marshmallows. No, oh my God. A guy told me.
They should show Scared Straight to all kids nowadays.
I'm working out Monday, and a guy works up in a school system next county up. And he goes, my boss came in and he reprimanded me because one of the parents came in and complained that I spoke too loud to the kid. Yeah. Come on. These are marshmallows. By the way, we're raising marshmallows.
By the way, they used to actually take kids to prison to go check it out also.
Oh, that's Scared Straight. They would take them in there.
But not just show them the movie. That's what I would just want to, because sometimes they just show you the movie.
That's what I mean, Big O.
But sometimes they'd actually literally take some of those kids there.
And the prisoners would talk to the kids and say, hey, listen, this is what happens, in the prison. That was called Scared Straight. Anyhow, it's all good.
All right, baby.
I'm from New Jersey. Just in case that guy was asking.
You got it. The great Steve Calabro. All right, baby, be good. Yes. Now he'll say Greg Olson. He'll dump Gesicki now like a bad habit. Now it's all Olson all the way, baby. That's it. Screw Gesicki. Anyway, there we go. Sean wants Steve's email and everything. There we go. Steve's mom wanted what? Let me see. Steve's mom wanted his dad to get him to look at him. To get a look at him. You delivering papers today, kid? Yes. Say hi to your dad for me. That is too funny. All right, folks. We're going to wrap it up. We thank, of course, the great Steve Calabro, the character that he is. We thank Ira Winderman, the great Sean Stanley. Of course, without Mr. Brunetti, none of this happens, and we appreciate his support every single day, every single week, every single year. Appreciate it as always. The Brunetti family has always been very supportive of our program, no matter the radio station or the platform, and we appreciate that, and we thank everybody out here making it nice and easy for us to broadcast. We shall see you all tomorrow morning at 10 a.m. It's Subaru tomorrow, right? 11, I'm sorry. We'll be tomorrow at 11 a.m. at Subaru of Pembroke Pines, 16100 Pines Boulevard. See you tomorrow.